Hello and welcome back to the Friendly Fire Show. I am once again joined by Momo the cat, and I guess Braxton's here as well.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I was gonna ask, were you forgetting somebody? But I'm glad you got to the cat eventually.
Yeah, so I learned recently that this is just a thing that black cats do, um, where they like to relax with their paws just like out. And Momo does this literally all the time. He'll be laying on me, and he'll just like completely outstretch. We call it Supermaning. So I'm glad that we have this
Superman, that's tough.
on camera. Um, but yeah, welcome back to this is episode 5 of the Friendly Fire Show, 4 of our regularly scheduled ones. And we are actually recording at a decent time this time. Instead of a week into the month, it's only 3 days into the month. So we will get to a good schedule on this eventually, I swear. But life happens sometimes. So um,
Somebody, Caleb, had something come up. I mean,
well, okay,
there
okay.
was a text that went out that said,
I
"Hey,
I
I
will
can't make it today.
I will agree
It's
with you that
you.
you
It's
are
your
the
fault.
villain. I will agree that
No,
you are
it's
the
your fault,
villain,
bro."
but also yeah, I also had some medical stuff come up this month, and on the day that we were supposed to record in the first place, I was not available. So plus it was also a weird month because we recorded so late into the month the first time. Like I didn't have the recommend done in time, so it was also a kind of a mess there. But we're
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
and yeah, we're rocking and rolling. If
Totally
this
on time.
if this is your first time tuning into an episode of the Friendly Fire Show, hi, I'm Caleb, joined by Braxton over here, and
Hello.
we talk about stuff that we experience, and yeah, we try to humiliate each other, one recommend at a time. So,
Yep.
but as always, we will start with kind of updates on the month and what we did over the course of the month. Braxton, do you want to go first on just stuff that you did, maybe?
Dude. You see this little pin on my hat right here?
Yeah, the Coors race
See
team.
that?
I don't even think that you're old enough to drink
No.
Coors.
I am not old enough legally, but I still do. I fucking love Coors. Banquet's my favorite beer. But anyway, what I was pointing out was not the race team. It's this little ditty right here.
Is that is
Does
that
that
is
does
that
that
Deadpool?
does that visage ring any bells, Caleb?
Is that Deadpool?
No, dude.
Oh,
It's a little somebody. It's
is
a little
it
bit
Ghost
somebody
Rider?
better. Yeah, yeah. It's Ghost Rider. Um, no, no. It's a little known superhero. Just a little kind of a niche one. Spider-Man. I don't know if you've heard of him. Um,
Vaguely familiar.
okay.
I
He
like
got
when
a
he teams
movie.
up with Superman.
True. Not true. What? All right. Anyway, the new Spider-Man movie came out this month. As of recording it, I saw it yesterday. As of recording this episode, um, and it was incredible. It was my favorite movie of the year by far.
Damn.
It
Okay.
was Yeah. Um, it's funny actually. They gave us this little pin when we bought the tickets. Um, so that is a brand new thing that I got from the movie theater, and I wanted to put it on my hat.
Nice.
But
Nice.
yeah, it was the most fun I've had with a comic book movie in probably ever. Like it's the most comic book feeling comic book movie I've ever seen.
Interesting.
Um,
And
Hands down.
do you like it more than Spider Verses?
I'm conflicted on that. I would have to watch it again to see like because I've seen Spider Verse like I want to say 5 times, something like that. I've seen this movie once. It was
Fair.
yesterday, so I would like to be able to ruminate on what I saw and really form a solid opinion before I say for sure. I will say, definitely the most fun I've had in an MCU movie, I think, to date.
Interesting. Okay.
It was very, very solid.
Interesting. Do you feel okay? So, cards on the table. I haven't seen any of the Tom Holland Spider Man movies.
What the fuck are
Um,
you doing?
they just don't interest me. I don't know. I've never been a Spider Man guy. Like never have. But even more so, like I lived through all three Spider-Man movies or Spider-Man actors, and I already kind of lost interest with after Andrew Garfield did it. Like I watched Amazing Spider-Man 1, and I was like, all right, cool, but we're rebooting everything again. And so when uh what was is it No Way Home, or what was the first one called? The first Tom Holland
Uh,
Spider-Man?
Homecoming.
Homecoming, yeah. When Homecoming came out, I just had no interest in it. Like, it's a story I've heard and seen. Like, as somebody that grew up with comic books and grew up with video games and all that other stuff, like, I loved playing the like Spider-Man video games and stuff like that. But like, it's just retreading the same ground that I've seen over and over and over and over again. And I
That's
understand
fair.
that
That's
Tom
fair.
Holland, like the Tom Holland movies, they kind of bypass the like with great power comes great responsibility and Uncle Ben dying and all that other stuff, but like it's still Spider-Man, and like I've seen it so many times that it didn't interest me. So No Way Home, where they brought the other two Peters out, that one interests me, but that was just more of like the spectacle of it all. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of feel like it's kind of got that kind of, I've been watching. Actually, my YouTube algorithm has been giving me a lot of stuff about Avengers Doomsday and how to like prepare for it, and everybody's like freaking out about the Fox X-Men coming out and being part of the MCU again. And it's like it's kind of that same thing where it's like, do I really care? Like, I've already seen these characters a lot, and like I grew up with the X-Men movies and everything like that. And it's gonna be cool to see Beast in CGI versus practical effects. It's gonna be cool to see Nightcrawler using 21st century graphics. But
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
at the same time, like I've seen these characters. I've gotten my taste of these characters. Like, it's not like seeing Logan again for the first time, where it's like it feels like a brand new take on a character that I do love. Um, and I don't know. I think Spider-Man, the new Spider-Mans are kind of like that. So to hear that you had such a good time with Brand New Day, um, is really intriguing because like I don't see a Spider-Man movie ever being that intriguing. I mean, other than Spider-Verse. Spider-Verse was really cool, but that's a story that
Yeah,
I
that's a
haven't
different. That's a different.
experienced before.
Yeah, that's the different wheelhouse.
Exactly,
That's
exactly.
comparing apples to oranges.
Right. So, um, yeah.
I do have a question about that, Caleb. You said you played the games. Was that like the old retro ones, or did you play Spider-Man 2018 and
I
the
have
sequel?
not. I've been meaning to. I've been really meaning to. They're actually on my Steam wish list, and while I was waiting for you to log on, I opened up Steam because it has to open up Destiny, and
Yeah.
I saw that they're having a sale on them right now, so I'm really
Oh yeah,
contemplating
you gotta
getting
buy
them.
those.
Because
At
they
least the
are,
first one.
yeah, they are on my list of games I want to play. But I also have a very ever expanding list of games I want to play, which we'll be talking about in a second. But like, I bought Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is the second in the remake trilogy. I haven't even played it yet. It's been out for like 2 years now. I haven't even played it, and I have a fucking Final Fantasy VII tattoo on my fucking back. Like, so trying to buy a single player game, like, especially because I'm so obsessed with Minecraft and Destiny right now, it's like, I don't know. No, but the Spider-Man games I have played were I played Ultimate Spider-Man, where you jump between Venom and Spider-Man, and that
Oh
was
yeah, yeah.
really really fun. Um, and then I also played the original Spider-Man 2 like movie video game, and that was an amazing game because it didn't follow the plot of Spider-Man 2 like the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 2. Um, it it followed its own thing, but it was loosely tied to Spider-Man 2. Um, but yeah, that one was also fucking amazing. So
Is that the one where there's the I, I I've never seen any of these games, but I have seen one cutscene from one of the games that's Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, where there's a QTE where if you
no,
he's like,
no,
I'm
no,
gonna
no.
save you,
That's
AJ, and then you fail
that's
it and he just falls on his face and she goes, I'm gonna die, and then the whole thing blows up.
that is the PlayStation 1 Spider-Man game, and
Okay.
that is gold in its own way, but it is an awful fucking game.
Oh, I
Because
saw that one cutscene and I could have told you that, bro.
yeah, it's Spider-Man, but you don't get to web swing.
What?
Yeah, you don't get
What
to
is even
explore
the
the
point?
city because of the PlayStation 1 game. It's like all pre-rendered backgrounds and you're just it's like a fucking Crash Bandicoot game almost, but like while you're also beating things up. So
Man, way to kill all of the fun of Spider-Man. Holy shit.
exactly. Don't get me wrong, Crash Bandicoot is a much better character than Spider-Man ever will be. But if I'm playing a Spider-Man game, I'm not I'm not trying to play Crash Bandicoot.
You know, I think that might have been the worst hit take you've ever had on this show. Or period, actually.
The day
Playing
is
Crash
still
Bandicoot.
young.
You've got some bad takes coming up? You got some in the chamber?
I do. I have some really bad ones.
Fantastic, Caleb.
Speaking of,
keep those on standby. I'm ready.
Braxton, do you remember when I recommended you Sword Art Online?
Yeah.
You remember how, like a week ago, I told you, oh, hey, it's going to come back up, and I hope that you finish season 1?
Yes.
Did you finish season 1?
I did not.
Okay, so,
all.
Braxton, a game came out this month called Echoes of Aincrad, and I've been playing it.
I saw that.
I've been playing it. It takes place in the Sword Art Online universe. And I've been playing it, and I'm happy to report I'm actually having a fucking blast with it.
Oh, sick! Hell yeah!
All
I take
the
it you have not died yet.
I've died. But
that cannot be true because you're here recording.
I died in the tutorial. I died in the tutorial.
Yeesh.
And the tutorial
was a hard tutorial.
Yeah, well, yes and no. I mean, the problem was when I was playing the tutorial, I was playing keyboard and mouse, and the keyboard controls for that game are fucking haywire. Interact
I love that.
is on V. Like the character from Cyberpunk 2077 V.
For what purpose? Had the people designing the game ever played a computer game before?
Sprint. Braxton, you're designing a video game. You're designing keyboard and mouse controls.
Okay.
What are you putting sprint on?
Shift, maybe control, but usually shift.
It's on Q.
The fuck are you playing? Is there like a key rebind system that you can use, or are you?
Yeah, there is, but like once I died in the tutorial, and I died because of like really stupid stuff. Like I was trying to sprint, and I ended up roll dodging because it's post Dark Souls, so every game that has third person controls has a dodge roll, but dodge is on shift, and yeah, it's its own. It's so fucking terrible. So I ended up playing on controller for a few hours, and I'm having a much better time with it now.
Imagine what is dodge roll on
I have
KBM
never played a Dark Souls game or Monster Hunter on keyboard and mouse. That just sounds like fucking awful.
Yeah, it sounds miserable. I'm actually googling this right now. What key dodges in Dark Souls KBM? All right, well, this is just not fucking telling me anything. Thank you, AI overview. Appreciate you, bro.
Skynet's so far away.
Okay. Spacebar. Okay.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Only hid the information.
Yeah.
That's still like for sprinting. That sounds awful.
Yeah. No.
Holding your thumb down like that. Carpal tunnel simulator, bro.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, I've been playing Echoes of Aincrad, and it's really fun. Like, what I will say about it is, it has a demo, and if the game like at all interests you whatsoever, play the demo, because the demo gives you exactly what you're going to be doing in the game. It's just like you're only getting to dip your toe in, but like the main gameplay of it is the exact same as you're going to experience in the demo.
I see.
And for me, I did the demo and I really enjoyed it. I also really enjoyed the world of Aincrad and the world building that Sword Art Online really brought forward. Um, and so, like, being able to live, like, Braxton, when Sword Art Online first came out and I watched it, it was my entire personality. I've told you the story about doing my male pageant and making the theme song part of that. I also
Yes,
had an
yes, you
app
did.
on my phone that allowed me to like go through levels like I'm playing Sword Art Online, and things like that. I would pick up sticks in my backyard and play Sword Art Online with my sisters, and like slash at each other with sticks. Like we had it was my whole fucking personality. And the world is still so intriguing to me even now that like I was like I'm gonna give this game a try. It has mixed reviews on Steam. Um, I think that it is a game that if you like it, you're gonna love it. If you don't like it, like don't even bother with it.
Really? Okay.
So yeah, Echoes of
Maybe I'll
Aincrad.
try that demo out, bro.
Yeah, it was fun, and it's a long demo too. It's like fucking like 6 hours.
Wow, that is a long demo.
But it also, I will say about it, it is very anime.
Oh, I bet.
There's a lot of characters and moments where it's like, oh no, this is exactly what I would expect. It's very tropey and everything,
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
but yeah, the gameplay is interesting and it's fun to be in that world. So, um,
Fair enough, man.
yeah. What else you
I
got,
like it.
Braxton?
Um, I so I did not do anything too notable this month. So my only other thing I'm gonna say here is also a movie theater experience. Um, Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. You okay?
that
So
was
I want to point out before you go anywhere with this, you said Brand New Day is your favorite movie of the year so far. Continue.
yes. Okay, okay, okay. I want to say I loved The Odyssey. I thought it was incredible. The score was fantastic. The acting was fantastic. The cast was really good. The effects were great. I don't think there was a whole lot of CGI. I'm pretty sure Nolan's like a huge CGI hater. Um, so there was like the
That'd
practical
be
effects were insane.
that'd be really impressive if he hated CGI, considering that like his CGI in Interstellar is what made him like come up
Yes.
like with discoveries about black
I
holes.
mean, yeah, he made a real actual scientific breakthrough with the Interstellar he did. Um, no, I'm pretty sure the movie is very minimally CGI. And the practical effects are just incredible. I know there's some parts that I know there's some parts that are definitely practical, and it is incredible how he was able to pull that off. Um, Again, the acting was great, the story was great. Now, to say, did I like it better than Brand New Day? Um, Actually, no, but I will say it was probably a better film. It was just like
Okay, okay,
I had a lot more fun with Brand New Day, you know? Like
yeah. If
personal
if you
versus
phrased it
objective.
that way, I wouldn't have ever raised an eyebrow about it. I could have told you that you would have liked Spider-Man more than the Odyssey
Well,
because
yeah, man,
you are
it's
you
an
are
it's a biography.
you are a comic book guy. Like you are a comic book media kind of guy. Like I'm not expecting it.
I love superheroes.
It's like me having you listen to Mystery Schools again. Like it's not you don't have Travis Scott going yeah on there, so it's probably not going to interest you.
Well, hey, that seems a little bit reductive, but yes. um, but yeah, no, it was a fantastic movie. I think that was my first, aside from like the Dark Knight trilogy, which I wouldn't really count because that's such a departure from what Nolan usually does. Um, I think that was my first like true Christopher Nolan like one-off experience, and it was really really good. It was a great movie, very good to see in theaters. If anybody here hasn't seen it, go watch it in theaters.
Hmm.
Um, it was definitely worth it. If you have an IMAX anywhere near you, go see it in IMAX. But if not, it's definitely worth it to check out in theaters. But it was a really, really good movie. I had a blast with it
I have not seen
throughout
it
all
yet.
Odyssey.
I plan to, but one of the things about the Odyssey is the controversy around it. If you go look it up on Rotten Tomatoes, I don't know if it's still like that, but like when it first came out, it had like a 20% on Rotten Tomatoes because it was getting review bombed by a bunch of conservatives. Um,
Yeah,
and because apparently there's like some queerness or whatever that's going on in the.
yeah.
It's fucking
They,
ancient Greek. Like everybody was taking baths with
they've
each
got
other.
black characters, Caleb. That's
Yeah,
the problem. Is that a bunch of idiots don't realize that there have always been black characters in the Mediterranean on account of there being real black people in the Mediterranean
it's true. It's true.
during that time.
It's true.
Um, so yeah, a bunch of losers. I think the critique with that movie follows like a very, very interesting bell curve. Like there's the absolute basement dwelling idiots who are review bombing the movie because there are women in power and black people um in a Greek story. And then there's like the vast majority up here. I'm making a bell curve with my hand. This is
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of unnecessary, I feel like. But the top of the bell, you've got people who liked the movie because it was a good ass movie. You know, that's the vast majority of people. They're not a bunch of losers. And then at the bottom, you have like actual valid critiques, like how Nolan did some like questionable filming things, like dumping plastic into the ocean for one of his scenes, or breaking a historic Viking ship and not repaying the people he broke it
Oh,
for the movie.
wow.
These are I'm pretty sure these are real things. I guess I could be talking out of my ass, but I'm 99% sure this is real stuff because I did see it on the internet. And you know you're supposed to trust everything you see on the internet.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, and like he drilled into protected land. I think that was like the biggest kicker is like you can't do that. That's very illegal anyway. And he did it for the movie and he's facing no repercussions.
Do it for the
So
vine.
yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, like there's valid critiques and then there's the absolute losers that are saying it was bad because there was black people and a trans actor.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that Zach and I have talked a lot about this kind of stuff, and at some point you just have to like tone it out and just be like, yeah, people be crazy out there, and you know the longer you try
Yeah.
to do or interact with it, the stupider it makes you too.
Yeah, yeah. It really just brings everybody else down around it.
Exactly, exactly. But
Yeah, it's not even worth it. It's you're arguing with an idiot. It's not like you're gonna win an argument with an idiot, you know?
exactly.
Why even try?
But yeah, I'm really look forward to seeing the Odyssey and even like Spider-Man, you know, I think I told you today, like I've been off Twitter for a while because the algorithm and everything has changed, and I just like have no want to be on Twitter. Um,
Yeah.
and I'll like open it up out of muscle memory, and like they're just posting the entire Brand New Day movie on Twitter, and so like I've like clicked through it a few times and like seen a few scenes and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Seeing kind of the stuff about Doomsday and stuff like that has kind of renewed my interest in watching some of the MCU stuff. Plus, some stuff that we're going to talk about later in this episode has also kind of renewed my interest in the MCU. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. There's a lot that I would have to catch up on. So
Oh,
um,
for sure, for sure.
like
I feel like it's just so intimidating to get back into Marvel if you've taken a while.
exactly, exactly.
It's a
Plus,
very
like
daunting task.
yeah, and like I don't know. There's certain things like even in the comic books, Ant-Man didn't very much like uh enthuse me. Like he's just uh fucking Mr. Fantastic but can grow and shrink. Um as in like just a
Yeah.
super smart guy. But so
Oh, don't you worry. He lost even that part in the movies. Paul Rudd
yeah.
is not a smart guy in those movies.
Uh okay, one of my favorite things about Paul Rudd and the current version of Ant-Man is there's this photo of uh him taking his daughter trick or treating, and his daughter dressed up as the Wasp, and he was like, and the caption was something like, oh, you're a multimillionaire actor, you play Ant-Man in the movies, your daughter is playing the Wasp. Who are you gonna go as for Halloween? Weird Al Yankovic.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. That's tough.
So, yeah, good times there. I actually I know that some of the actors in the MCU are not the greatest people, but like, goddamn, if they're not just like funny people sometimes. It's like seeing
No,
some of the
yeah.
behind the scenes stuff with them and everything. It's like it's pretty good. Plus, Mark Ruffalo is actually like a genuinely good person. Like
Yeah,
everything I've
that's
seen, he's
yeah.
like goes to protests and like speaks up and all that other stuff. So, you know, cool. Yeah. Wonder how it
Solid
plays
dude.
into Brave New World, or not Brave New World. That's the Captain
Brand
America
new day.
Brand New Day, because it's supposed to be Professor Hulk now, and he's not. I don't know. Anyway,
Who
um,
knows? I do. I'll tell you that.
yeah.
I said, who
Braxton,
knows? What up?
you like Dark Souls, right?
Me? Dark Souls? No. No, not at all. I
Oh,
definitely,
right. You like
I
Elden
mean,
Ring.
it's not. Well, no. I hate both.
True.
Um, I would never associate. Yes, I love Dark Souls. How come?
Do you like dinosaurs?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yes, I love dinosaurs. I'll play longer. I love dinosaurs. What could possibly have Dark Souls and dinosaurs together?
So there's a game that I've been looking forward to for about a year and a half now, called DinoBlade. That finally came out this last month, and I've beaten it.
You already
Um,
beat it? Holy shit.
yeah, it's fun. It's a fucking great time. Here's what I will say: it is made by one guy who created a render of an animation that then turned it into a full scale game.
Yeah, I remember seeing this on TikTok like 3 years ago, and everybody in the comments was like, "Make a game, make a game," and he
Exactly.
finally caved and did, and like now DinoBlade is here. That's so cool.
You can tell that it is not made by a game developer. Um, the game is $20 on Steam. I bought it for $18 because it was on sale when I got it. Um, it is about 10 hours. It is not very long. I think it's like maybe 12 bosses. Um, and it is very unique, but it lacks polish that you like would get from any Souls game that you would play. So, like Souls like or otherwise.
Hmm.
Um, there's some capital J jank in there, but I think the conceit of the entire thing of being a Spinosaurus with a fucking giant ass Buster Sword just slicing through dinosaurs, it makes up for the fact that it's a little janky. Um,
Yeah, man. I mean, you're literally Dark Souls, dinosaur souls.
yeah.
Doesn't get cooler than that.
Um, the other thing is there was one boss that I did not like. Every other boss was a capital B banger. Like
Oh, no way.
it was actually so cool. There's this one boss. I'm not going to spoil anything. Um, but there's this one boss that will parry and block you and like shares the same move set with you.
That's
Um,
actually sick.
yeah. There's another boss that punishes you for using ranged attacks by countering your ranged attacks with a more powerful ranged attack,
Oh,
and
that's tough.
and things like that. So it is actually really engaging, and like the combat's actually pretty deep. Um, it's just 12 hours, max. Um, and so it's really cool. I'm really glad that I got to play it. I just want to put the caveat out there that it is not Dark Souls 3, but with dinosaurs. Like it is definitely a little unpolished, and go into it knowing that it's made by one guy who spent a couple years making it. It is really good, but it is also like if you're going into it expecting a AAA experience, like leave that at the door. It's about you are playing a game with a Spinosaurus wielding a big ass sword. So, yeah. but yeah,
I mean,
DinoBlade.
again, it doesn't get cooler than that. But
Exactly. DinoBlade was it was a really fun experience. I'm really glad that I did it, and it reminds me a lot of Another Crab's Treasure. And I know that you and I have talked about this a little bit, Braxton, but Another Crab's Treasure is another Souls-like. It's a Crab Souls game, um, but where it Another Crab's Treasure definitely feels a little more polished because it's made by an actual game studio, but it's just like a wacky Souls like, and I loved it for that. But then when I actually played it, it was a lot deeper than just like a Dark Souls clone, and I really respect that. And yeah, I had a great time with that game too. So I think those two games, like if you like Souls like games, like go give those two games a try. DinoBlade is a definite recommend for me, from me, I should say. And Another Crab's Treasure is actually like really unique. If you have not played Another Crab's Treasure and you have Games Pass, go play Another Crab's Treasure. It's on Games Pass, and it is really fun.
hey, man, I haven't played either. Actually, I've been wanting to, but I keep forgetting. Loki.
Yeah, maybe
But
play Cyberpunk
I'll
first.
definitely play. Who's to say I haven't been playing Cyberpunk? It's been a month since last time we talked about it.
That's true. That's true. Do you have
I mean,
any other updates, Braxton,
well,
regarding
about that,
Cyberpunk?
moving on.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, no, I have not played Cyberpunk yet.
I could have told you
Again.
that.
Yeah, who could have seen that coming? I do want to play it again though. I really do. I feel like the spot I'm at right now is that I feel like it's been so long that I would just have to restart my playthrough.
oh no.
But at the same time, yeah, I suppose you're right.
Okay. Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Again.
Cyberpunk was your first recommend, and you jumped into it and you sped run to the part that I told you to get to. You did not get to let the game like settle in, and you did not get to enjoy the game until after the heist. So I think like if you had to start over, like that would almost be a blessing because then you get to actually absorb the game and like you're not just speedrunning to get to the heist. Like you get to actually
You're
like experience
totally
the
right,
beginning of the
actually.
game.
You're totally right.
So I'm not saying that like that's
definitely.
your recommend or anything like that. Like do what you're gonna do, but like as somebody that has restarted Cyberpunk probably 8 times so far, like I think you did yourself a little bit of a disservice by trying to rush through the beginning of the game.
Fair enough. Yeah,
So
I'll definitely check it out again.
yeah.
We'll
Any
we'll
other?
see come next episode
Yeah,
when we talk, and I haven't gotten around to it, but maybe I will. Who knows?
I hope so, or else you'd be failing your recommend for this month.
Oh,
Any other
okay.
updates that you have?
Not a damn thing, dude.
Okay.
I've
Uh,
really had a very uneventful month.
I feel that. I feel that. I have also been having a very uneventful month. I played the 2 games and they were a good time. I also do want to touch on, this will be the third month in a row that I touch on Destiny, but Destiny 2 is just it's such a good game, and I every time I think about it ending, it's like it's so sad because that game is it's a masterpiece. It's had its ups and downs over the years, but like the core package that Destiny is just so good. I've been playing it almost nonstop for the past 3 months, and I still don't feel like I've made a dent in any of the content. Um, Recently I've actually tried low manning some of the stuff because there's a bunch of or a bunch of like missions and stuff that you can do with 3 people or 6 people and stuff like that. But you can play them with as many people as you want. So currently, my sister and my dad and I are doing 3 mans of the raids, which are 6-person activities. And some of the jank that you have to do to make those 6-person activities fit into a 3-person mold is like really cool. And then the other one I've been doing is like 3-person activities that you can do solo, and they reward you for doing solo with like special trophies and stuff like that. So um, I'm not good at video games at all, but it's been really fun to attempt and just play the game. I love Destiny, so but that's what I got for updates. Momo's still alive, unfortunately, so you know um Yeah. Braxton, you chose the Mount Rushmore for this month. If this is
Good.
your first Friendly Fire episode, Braxton and I come up with a Mount Rushmore, which is basically like our Mount Rushmore, ha ha ha, of like a certain topic, and we get as vague or as precise as we want as far as what it is, and then we also do 2 interview questions for each other that we tell each other ahead of time. It's just like, hey, what's this or what's that, and like just little discussion things. So, Braxton, what was the Rushmore you came up with for this month?
My Mount Rushmore was figures of space. Let me try that again. My stutter has gotten worse, guys. It's bad. Figures of speech and like sayings and stuff. What are we feeling on
Oh,
that? What's your
I
top
thought
four
it was
figures of speech and
dinosaurs.
sayings? It could be. It could be.
No,
We could do that.
no. Yeah. So I have been very open with the fact that I am on the autism spectrum. So the first thing I really want to touch on is I have a lot of vocal stems. Um, and vocal stems are basically like things that people say like over and over. They get stuck in your head. You know, you ever get a song stuck in your head, you have to sing like a lyric over and over. That's a type of vocal stem. You know, not to say that everybody that sings a song that they have stuck in their head is autistic, but like it impacts me a lot. So one thing was when my dad came to visit a couple months ago, we watched a YouTube video together that was like top 100 vocal stems for the autistic, and like the first one, I don't remember what it was, but it didn't pertain to me. The second one was like my current vocal stem, and it was a Family Guy moment where like Lois goes like, "Peter, the horse is here," and I say that almost nonstop when I'm playing games. Like there'll be a big bad that like walks up to us when I'm playing, and I'm like, "Peter, the horse is here." We'll be playing Monster Hunter or something, and it's just like, I felt so attacked I had to turn off the video immediately. So, but yeah, I just wanted to touch on the vocal stems because like I feel like that is very close to like saying and phrases, but if I had to give I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna put like I always put a like a visible thing underneath our things um for our Rushmores. I don't know how I'm gonna do it for this one, so maybe I'll just
We do
type it
like have a
out.
picture of every thing.
Yeah, because I think different strokes is gonna be a great thing to put on a YouTube video. Um,
Yeah, yeah, man.
so the first
I think
one
you got it, bro.
the first one I have is living the dream. I am not so guilty for saying this anymore, but I do be saying it quite a lot. I will, you know, if somebody says, "Hey, how's it going?" I'll be like, "Oh, you know, just living the dream," stuff like that. Used to
He
say it
says
a
he's not so
lot.
guilty for saying this anymore. He's literally told it to me every time I say what's up in the morning when we work together.
Oh,
Like
do I actually?
literally every single time without fail, bro.
See, it's bad. I don't even recognize I do it anymore. Um, the other one I do, and I know I'm guilty of this one. Um, at one of my coffee shops I used to work at, customers would actually like say these back to me because they were like, "Oh, are you living the dream or is it another day in paradise today?" And I'm like, all right, okay." So I had to come up with new things to say. But number 2 is definitely another day in paradise. Um, you know, I think both of those are really good because like if I'm feeling like I would like to vacate my mortal coil, they both are like sarcastically good to say in response to how's it going? Another day in paradise. But also like being able to say it and like be genuine about it, like, oh, another day in paradise. I'm living the dream out here,
It's
it's good.
it's
It's
a
a good
good
time.
it's a good feeling.
Yeah. The third one I have is the only surfer lingo I'm gonna put on here, and that is shred the gnar. Um,
Yeah.
and I could have made this just for surfer lingo phrases, but shred the gnar is just such a good phrase that like I can't I want to find more ways to say it and use it, But anytime I've ever said it, like people look at me so funny, so I've just reserved it for talking to other surfers or snowboarders or something that would be actually shredding the gnar. So, yeah. My last one is split into two. I'm picking one, but come here often is definitely in contention, if only for the fact that I have said it nonstop since I started working this current job. It has been like my thing. But the actual one that I really like is what's crack-a-lackin', or just the term crack-a-lackin'. I'll say that to
That's
customers. I'll be like, "Hey, what can I get crack-a-lackin' for you?" or something like that. It's
that's
so
good, bro.
good.
I like that one. I like that a
So,
lot.
yeah, come here often is really good, and I feel like I just had to mention it because I feel like
It's not really good. I never know how to respond to it.
that's why it's so
This guy asked me.
good.
This guy asked me like only at work when I'm not ready for it. He asks me every few days, and he's got an innate sixth sense because I'll come up with a response. I'll be like, I know what I'm gonna say. I know what I'm gonna say, and then the moment I'm not ready to say it is the time he'll ask,
It's
and
true.
it's without fail. I haven't answered it properly yet. I haven't had any funny zingers or one-liners.
Yeah, I
I didn't
mean,
even try today.
it's gotten to the point that like my dad will sometimes say it to me, and we'll be hiking, and he's like, "You come here often?" So
That's really funny, man.
yeah. Do you need to take a break?
No. We're
Okay.
good.
Momo, really on camera?
Bro, have some decency. Come
All
on now.
right. What about you? What's your Rushmore of sayings and phrases?
Okay. Okay. Um, oh, this is one we've had this conversation before. I'm gonna give you the one that sparked the whole conversation in the first place. When shit hits the fan, maybe one of the funniest things ever.
That's
Because it's
pretty
all
good.
good, but the moment there's shit in the fan, you got a problem on your hands, bro. It doesn't get worse than that. That's a huge issue. You gotta take care of that expeditiously, you know? Um, I love that. It's just so funny to me because it's like, yeah, that is a major problem. I can't imagine something worse
Shit hitting the
than
fan.
shit hitting the fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then it's all over the place.
Yeah.
I really love that one. It's such a great like, not a great visual, but it's a very potent feeling, I should say.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Okay. This is maybe one that's more popular on the internet. But the it's so fucking over to we're so back. We're constantly ping ponging back and forth.
I've never heard it's so
I
over, but I love we are so back.
Yeah. I I've seen like so many people talking about it's so over, we're so fucking back, whatever. So often that it's like it's something that I say every single time. Anytime that I get like seasonal depression or like I'm having a rough go, it's so over, dude. And then a week later, it's we are so back, dude. Every time, it's and it's a triumphant feeling, man.
It's a triumphant feeling.
Yes. Um. Now, now I have another one. Very very wise. I got philosophical with this one. A lot of the wisest quotes I've heard in my life.
Okay.
Um. And you're free to disagree. I mean, again,
I can't
it
disagree
it
with the
couldn't.
wisest person on earth.
Well, it could be not wise to you, just wisdom in the eye of the beholder, it's different strokes for different
Oh.
folks.
Oh.
It's and that's my saying, is different strokes for different folks. I've been saying that so much lately because it's so funny to me.
It's good.
Um
It's good.
it is so good, dude. It's like it's got a good rhyme to it. It's another one where it's like, oh yeah, that's a potent feeling right there. I
Yeah.
know what you're talking about when you say different strokes for different folks.
Right. Right.
Some folks like it slow. Some folks like it fast. You never know.
When I said this at work earlier, I felt like I had to defend it so bad because this is legitimately a saying. I have heard this all my life, but for some reason the
Yeah.
people we work with have never heard it before. And so I was like, they're gonna think I'm talking about stroking it, bro. Like, I have to backpedal this. And so I immediately was like, Braxton told me it. Braxton told me it.
Yeah, he blamed it all on me.
But
It
it
was really
is
funny.
such a
I can't
good
believe you never
phrase.
heard it before. I love that phrase. It's so good.
Yeah.
I love that one. Um, and last but not least, and this is my favorite thing ever. Well, that's a lie, but
Chocolate.
it's how fucking dare you?
The audio desync makes that so much better too.
No, no, my real phrase is definitely my favorite one. One must imagine Sisyphus happy.
Yes.
Oh my god, that's like you have to have a slight level of, I don't want to call it ball knowledge because that's not ball knowledge to know basic Greek tragedies, but it's a very potent one, where it's like, wow, yeah, this is a never-ending task. This is my curse.
Yeah.
I might as well be happy with this curse that I have to keep doing.
I,
I I say it a
sometimes,
lot.
yeah, sometimes you be saying it at work and it's just at just the right time that it makes me almost spit take.
Have I actually almost gotten you to spit take saying that before?
It's so good when you do it. It's like when you hit the smolder or the blue steel. I'm like, it's so stupid.
Probably
uh,
I'm really good at that.
yeah,
According to Caleb. Yeah, so that's my Mount Rushmore.
yeah. I do want to do an honorable mention. I think it would be disingenuous to not bring it up, but I do have a saying tattooed on my skin, and it says, "The darkest nights make the brightest stars." But I don't think that that's like a. It's a saying that one of my favorite music artists have said, but like I don't think it's like something that people say like just out and about. So, while it is a very important quote to me, it'd be like quoting like "It's a trap" or something, you know.
Fair enough.
um, but
Maybe I should have done that. Maybe I should have done movie quotes as my Mount Rushmore. That would have been really good.
that would be really tough.
That would be a hard one. There's
I would,
so many good
I
quotes in movies.
yeah, I would have to quote all of Zoolander and all of the B movie like back to back.
I see, I see, I see. Just one quote, like the whole movie, for example. If you quote that,
Exactly.
that's really
um,
funny.
so that is the Mount Rushmores. On to interview questions here. My interview question for this month is deserted island music artist. Um, I think that everybody has like when I describe a deserted island music artist, it's like somebody that you can listen to nonstop for the rest of your life, like in the background or anything like that. But like that is the only thing that you have available for to you as like media um on a deserted island. Like you just have like all of this person's discography and every song they've ever done, like, and that's all you have.
Yeah, yeah. Are you asking me first, or do you want to say yours first?
No, you go. You go.
Oh, okay, okay. Way to make that awkward, Braxton. Um, well, I feel like you know my answer here, Caleb. Um, there's
Straight.
only one artist who has continually topped my Spotify Wrapped. Um, he had an album last year on Valentine's Day. Um, only the greatest album of all time. It's like a 2 hour album, and it's got
One redeemable song on it.
two redeemable songs, Caleb. That's a good win rate on there. No, I'm not. I'm kidding. It's not Drake. My Desert Island is equally as bad though. It's gonna be Kanye West.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I thought
yeah.
I thought so. I thought so.
See, you could have seen that coming. But yeah, I mean he's got so much range. Like if I'm ever feeling like I want to listen to more orchestral, even he's got that. He's got like club bangers.
Counterpoint.
He's got sad music. He's got music that fits in the day and night. What's your counterpoint?
My counterpoint is you have his entire discography playing on loop from now until the end of time.
Yeah.
You're gonna come to the cousin jerk off song.
He never that's true. That's what the skip button is for.
You're going to
There's
listen
a
to
couple of
Vultures
his.
1 and 2.
I actually enjoyed Vultures 1. Vultures 2 was not it. Um,
You're going to come to
I
God is King.
Yeah, well, see, that's exactly it's first of all, it's called Jesus is King.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, fake fan
Get,
here.
yeah, get your
You can tell by the
Kanye
Beach
facts
Boys
straight.
hat, not the Kanye West hat.
Yeah, no, get your facts straight, bro. No, but I think just Kanye has so much range, and obviously there's some skips. He's got a lot of songs, and some of them are kind of ass, especially his newer ones. So I would be skipping. Let's get that out of the way. I also, again, do not support his political opinions. I want to get this
Hey,
out of the
there you
way
go. There you go.
now. This time, I do not condone anti-Semitism or the other forms of hatred he's peddled. I don't like that, and I also don't like that he gave his cousin head for some reason. That was weird. Um, that was really strange.
Uh,
It's crazy that he made a song about that too.
and I think if I remember right, he tried to backpedal. I don't know if he actually if it was a successful backpedal or what, but he basically said like it was the story of somebody that would have done that, not that he did that. But like, given how fucked up like his growing up was and everything, like Kanye West does kind of have a tragedy to him. He's still a fucked up individual in the same way that like Ted Bundy is a fucked up individual, but like you can still be like, wow, he had a fucked up childhood.
Yeah,
So, but like, given how fucked up his Kanye West childhood is, like, I don't put it past him necessarily to have like that happen. Especially given how like perverted he is nowadays and everything. Like he
yeah,
is kind of sex crazed almost. I don't know if that's like the PC term for that, but like that's the term I'm going with. Um, and so like I don't put it past it to be true. I also could see it being an act. You know, he has made some fucking stupid ass music throughout the years.
yeah.
So
I mean, to be fair, also on that song, he did not write that. I don't know why he ever sang it, but that was Dave Blunt's who wrote that.
exactly, that's part of the backpedal. We don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Well, I would say it's a backpedal, except Kanye didn't say it. That was Dave Blunt himself. Took great pride in the fact that he made Kanye West put out a song where he sings about giving his cousin head. Um, but yeah, I mean, all of his early work, I think it would span plenty of hours anyway.
yeah,
And what I said about Drake about always being on my Spotify Wrapped is actually true for Kanye West. He's always number one because he's got so much music that like really resonates with me and that I truly enjoy listening to. So I would definitely be able to listen to him. I think for a good couple years before I got like truly sick. You know?
I can see that. Yeah. I think Kanye West is a pretty good choice. Despite the entirety of his discography kind of equaling out to maybe a 6 out of 10. Like I still think that
I
like
wouldn't even
the
say a
the
six.
highs the highs are like really high. It's just the lows are they're pretty bad. They're pretty bad, Braxton. They're pretty bad.
Yeah. He's got some really, really, really
You want to
shitty
talk about
songs.
you want to talk about
But
range?
then
How
again,
about
he's
range
also
of
got
scores?
Runaway. What's up?
I said you want to talk about range. He's got a range of scores to his music. I
For
wouldn't even
sure, he
I
certainly
wouldn't even
does.
say like the guy made Dark Fantasy, bro. That song's good.
Yeah,
That song's
exactly.
goaded. Um,
Yeah, I know. He made Runaway. He made Dark Twisted, or he made Dark Fantasy. He made Devil in a New Dress. He made Saint Pablo. I mean, these are crazy songs. These are generational songs. I don't think I could go without them. You know?
yeah. He also at one point said, "I still think that me and Taylor might still have sex." So
Hey, that song for the record, that song fucks, dude. I love Famous, bro. That song is awesome. That's a questionable line in that
I
song,
I
but
really
that
I
song is
really wish
awesome.
to disagree with you, but it came on my Spotify this morning. So, um,
Yeah, and it was awesome. That was the highlight of your morning for sure. I know it.
Um, so my deserted island music, also no surprise, it's going to be Avicii. This is an artist I have listened to for months at a time, where it is the only source of music that I'm listening to or anything like that. What you were talking about with range, I think that Avicii clears as more than most artists, just because like he does some reggae stuff. He does obviously the EDM stuff, but he also does like folky stuff and like the emotional range of it all too. It like even if I'm not paying attention to it, like it's still good feel good music that I can listen to throughout the day, and not ever get sick of. I I think minus last year, he is always my number one Spotify Wrapped, and I'm like number 13 in the world of listening to Avicii. So
Wow.
I spend a lot of time listening to that guy. So but I also wanted to shout out there was something that I remembered when I and what made me think about this is I was going through some of my old YouTube playlists, and there was this thing I was obsessed with my senior year of high school called Pop Anthology, and it's made by this guy named Daniel Kim, and he basically took the biggest hits of the year starting in 2010 and then condensed it into like one 9-minute song. Um, and it's really good. He mixes up the beats with the vocals and all that other stuff. It sounds really good. If you have any general interest in pop music, Pop Anthology is really cool. He did it, as far as I'm aware, he only did it from 2010 to 2015, but I've seen some stuff say that he did it all the way up to 2019. I just haven't found it. So I don't know if that's like locked behind a Patreon or whatever he does now. But Pop Anthology is really cool. And that is another thing that I really liked because it was a bunch of different songs, a bunch of different rhythms, all that other stuff. And like I could listen to those all freaking day because it just completely goes over and over. And I know it's completely different every time. So some of those songs I still hear, and like I hear what the next song is afterwards instead of what the next lyric is in the actual song itself. So it's good. Pop Anthology is really cool. So um yeah. Braxton, what's your interview question?
Um, I wanted to know, Caleb, what is your? I think I know the answer on this, but I just want to make sure. What's your favorite international cuisine?
Wine.
That's not cuisine, bro. I'm talking food, not drink.
All right. All right, we're doing this, huh?
Yeah, we're
Hey
we're getting
Google,
into the nitty gritty here. Chat GPT, tell
define
me my favorite
cuisine.
food. Did you do this ahead of time? Or are you gonna embarrass me here?
Style of cooking characterized by specific ingredients, techniques, and cultural traditions. Okay, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
Yeah.
Um,
See, I was right.
no, okay.
I know some things.
My actual answer to this is pretty much anything Japanese. Specifically
So fair.
ramen. I love ramen, but um, I'm a big fan of sushi. And chicken karaage and gyoza, stuff like that. I love Japanese cuisine. Honorable mention is pho. I love pho
Dude,
as
I
well.
fucking love pho. Oh my god, I didn't realize you liked pho like that.
Yeah, no, I when I worked at Dutch Bros back in Oregon, I worked right across the street from a pho place, and I went there most days because it was like literally right across the street, and I'd smell it like
I bet that's dangerous, bro.
it really was.
I'm a big fan of noodles in broth.
Yeah. Back when I lived in Denver, in downtown Denver, I used to make weekly visits to a pho place that was also a sports bar. Um, and it was really cool because you could get shots. They would make special shots. And then part of the chaser is they'd give you a little thing of pho broth. And so you
Oh,
take
dude,
the shot, and then shoot back some pho broth.
that sounds fucking gas, bro.
Yeah, it was really good.
I bet a savory chaser is actually like real good for. I want to get this out of the way, guys. I'm 20. I don't drink a lot. I've never been to a bar to drink. Um, so I don't have much experience with like chasers and stuff. Like when I'm making cocktails and whatever, it's a soda and with some vodka that we got from our older sibling or something like that. Like it's not we're
Oh.
not making we're not making finely crafted cocktails here. So I've never had a savory chaser. I've never even had a
Oh,
regular chaser. I wouldn't know. Is
luckily
savory better than sweet, would you say?
Uh, the pho broth is really fun. Um, I mean it all depends on what you're shooting. Honestly, like Like if I'm shooting tequila, I don't want pho broth afterwards. I want a fucking lime and salt or something, you know? I don't want
Understandable,
yeah.
yeah.
But for some of the crazy shots that they made, like they made them to be paired with pho. So, yeah. Also honorable mention is wine. You know, I know that it's not technically cuisine, but it is an international beverage. And
True.
I really genuinely enjoy like learning about it and kind of the science of it all. You know, different climates and different humidities and just like two two grapes that are grown in the exact same place, but one is facing the sun, one doesn't get as much sun. You know, stuff like that. So those are really fun too. What about you, Braxton?
Um, Personally,
Wait, actually, hang on. Did I answer it the way that you thought I was going to?
yes,
Okay.
I knew you were gonna say Japanese. In fact, um, I'm shocked that you didn't bring up the tonkatsu pork because I know you fucking love that stuff. At least the one place isn't that what you told me at one point that you said you had a restaurant where they had really good tonkatsu pork ramen. Um,
Oh yeah, I
that
mean
was like your favorite thing ever.
there's a ramen shop in Portland that I worship, and it's like the it's chashu pork.
Ah, chashu, not
Yeah,
tonkatsu.
yeah, tonkatsu is like a seasoning.
Ah, I see, I see, I see. I don't know too much about Japanese aside from like the sushi. I have very surface level knowledge on Japanese cuisine. I'm not gonna lie to
Mm,
you.
this might be changing my recommend.
Who recommended each other the same thing?
What? Yeah, yeah. Braxton, recommend me ramen, please. I won't. I
That would
won't
be
even.
funny.
I won't even be like, yeah, I've already tried that before, because it's just a good excuse to go get ramen.
Yum. Um, no, but my favorite international cuisine, I was torn on this because Mexican food is incredible. Like the most like flavorful, like dynamic flavors, really good depth. Um, they make good use of different textures. There's a lot of like rich bases with like a really lighter notes. Like they put lime on stuff. They put cilantro. They've got like a lot of seasonings. They've got like there's so much range. They don't fuck around with candy or drinks. They have so many fresh ingredients because of how tropical Mexico is. Um, like there's so much they can do with it. And I love that, but I'm torn because South American cuisine is also really fucking good. Um, I've had less of it, and every country in South America has got its own different like things.
Hmm.
So it's hard to say like with Mexico, they every different area in Mexico, every different region is still gonna have like different specialties and stuff. But
Right.
like
I mean,
there's a lot more
it's like Texas
variation in South
barbecue.
America.
It's like Texas barbecue versus Northern barbecue or whatever. You know.
Yeah, yeah, or like comparing Japanese food to Chinese food to Korean food, like Asian food as a whole, but like there's a lot of difference between that.
Right.
Um, so I think I am gonna say Mexican just because that's a lot more specific. It's a lot more narrow. But yeah, I love the ingredients they use in South American cuisine. What I should say is just Latin America. They've got the best food I've ever tasted in my life.
That's fair.
And I grew up in Greeley, Colorado, the Mexican capital of the world. Don't look that up. Um, lot of Mexican restaurants there because I don't know the statistic, but there's a very high Mexican population in Greeley, and with that means there's really fucking good food. So yeah, I have a very great what's the word? I just totally blanked on the word. I have a
Rapport.
soft spot.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. I have a soft spot in my heart for Mexican food. I have great respect for the food, the practices they put into the food, the different cooking methods and stuff. I love Mexican food.
yeah. I have always been somebody that's been very timid about Mexican food because I can't handle spice to save my life, and a lot of the ingredients kind of scare me. Most notably like onions and spice and stuff like that. Um,
Yeah.
but when I was in Vegas this last year, I went to a Mexican restaurant that's known in the Las Vegas like metro area. Um, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it is some of the best food I've ever had. And
Yeah.
it was Mexican food, like cut and cooked to order. Um, and like you just like load up on fucking tacos and quesadillas and stuff like that. They had lengua, they had adobo, like it was phenomenal. It was so good.
Jealous. I
And
gotta tell you, I'm jealous.
yeah, we'll go to Vegas at some point. You know, Zach and I are
We are
planning
okay.
this like trip, um, and you know, saying this live on the air is kind of forcing him to also agree with me. But uh, him and I want to drive the entirety of Route 66. Um, and if we do that, we'll be passing close to Vegas, and we'll just drag you along. You'll take a month off of work. Him and I will take a month off of work, and we'll just go. It won't take a month. It'll take like a week max. But um, yeah, it'd be a good time. But yeah, if we
I
do
got.
that and we go to Vegas, like we will be stopping there, and then I'm also gonna get you shit faced on bottomless mimosas, bro.
Oh, I'm sure you would. I've heard you
I've
have experience
I've
with
done
getting shit faced in Las Vegas.
I've done my
You
time
seems to you
twice.
seem to be an authority
Twice.
on the matter. You seem
uh,
to be an authority.
I almost feel like when I go next year for the same fucking tournament, I have to go get shit faced so that way it's a tradition. Like,
I don't know if you should make that a tradition. I feel like that's hindering your performance here. You
probably.
should do that after. How's that sound? I'm looking out for your athletic prowess here.
Yeah, maybe.
This is how you make the big leagues. You get shit faced after, in celebration for winning your fight.
That's fair. Fair.
That's um, dude, I am such a loser. I want you to know when you said we want to go around the entirety of Route 66, I thought of the fucking Overwatch map, bro.
I mean, that's what it's based off of.
No, I know, but like, there was a moment where I had, you'll see when you're editing this, you said that, and like, I went, Overwatch map? Before I realized that's a real place.
It's
It's a,
also it's
Route
also
66
kind of
is
a
real.
goated. It's also kind of a goated map.
It kind of is. Kind of really fun.
Yeah, kind of
I've been playing a lot of
fucking
Overwatch lately.
yeah,
I love that game.
kind of a fucking great game. I don't know. It's like
That's a hot take,
no, no,
but
no,
it
no,
is
no, no,
fun.
no, 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 no. You know what you said about Invincible has really stuck with me. About the people who love Invincible the most also hate it the most, and I think that that is the case for most fandoms. Like I've been having a great time playing Destiny, and if you listen to how the community talks about Destiny, like it is the scourge of the video game world. And like if you just ignore what everybody says about it, like you can have a great time with it. I every time I've ever played Overwatch, I've had a fucking blast. But I'm also not playing it every fucking day and like letting the the ebbs and flows of patches and stuff like that affect my experience because I don't give a crap. I'm just playing Lucio. I'm just playing Winston, bro. I'm just playing
Fair
Winton.
enough, man. You're having a lot of fun too.
Exactly. I'm
Especially on
just
Lucio. I
monkeying
love
around.
playing Lucio.
I'm just monkeying around.
Oh, oh, I like that. Get into some monkey business.
So, um, yeah, yeah. The last thing I want to do before we get into our last month's recommend is a new segment I'm surprising Braxton with. We've talked about it, Braxton, but I think it's time that we actually launch Bit Report.
Bitport, huh?
Bit Report. So
What's your
I'm
bit for the month?
I'm I'm putting you on the spot. I will go first because I'm putting you on the spot, but each of us are going to talk about our favorite bits that we've pulled this month. And mine has been really good. It's been in the making for a little bit, but it's finally come into its own this last month, and that is hi Caleb Carlson, funniest guy in the room. It's just it's so gold. It gets people every time. Um, and like no matter it, you could say it after you say something hilarious. You could say it after you've completely bombed a joke. You could say it like somebody that you haven't even talked to yet. I've made a joke with somebody, turned to somebody else, and been like, "Hey, Caleb Carlson, funniest guy in the room." It works every time, and nobody ever has a good response to it. It's good stuff. I don't know what to tell you.
That's fantastic, bro. I
Try
like
it.
that one a lot.
Try it.
I'm a huge fan of that.
Yeah, try it next time you're out in public or anything like that. I'm telling you, it's goated. It's right up there with,
That's really good.
"Hey, I just shit my pants. Can I get in yours?"
Again, we instead of bit report, can we do pickup line report?
Yeah.
And just rate this out of 10. I want everybody who's watching this to rate this on the comments. Give that a 0, dude. That is not a good pickup line at all. That is possibly, in fact, the worst possible pickup line you could have.
I think it's at least a 2. Because if somebody takes it at face value and they're like, "Oh, this person really just shit their pants," like, no, but you didn't actually just shit your pants, Braxton. That's the secret of the pickup line. You're just trying to get in hers. Yeah.
See, to the untrained ear. That's really
funny, man. Like it's just a joke, and it opens.
It's a fantastic joke.
So, I think it has more weight than you give it credit for.
I mean, you pitched it with a girl, and she said, "That's the worst thing I've ever heard." So,
yeah, but
it's debatable.
You know, maybe I'm not trying to pick up women with it.
I mean, different strokes, different folks. That's all you.
There you go. All right, what's your bit report for the month, Braxton?
You know, I hate to disappoint you. I think I might be the least witty person ever.
That's not a disappointment. That's just facts.
Yo, shut the hell up. You're supposed to... No, dude, you're so funny. You're good. You got it. Not whatever you just pulled, bro. Fuck you. Not.
The only bit that I can think of that you've done this month is training me to use the word Sisyphean.
That wasn't even like I didn't do anything. You did all that. I told you the word, and you've been using it lately.
And I ran with it.
You know, I kind of picked this up from the kitchen crew where we work. But when somebody drops something, and you say, "Yeah, just leave it there. It's fine. We're just putting anything anywhere, anything like that."
That's good. I like that.
So we're just leaving things on the floor now. That's really good.
I've actually picked up that exact thing. Whenever I drop something, I just go, "Oh, well, that's not where that's supposed to go."
Yeah. Anything like that, like saying something like very blatantly stupid when somebody like drops something. That's always funny to me. Recently, I have a story to tell, and my parents listen to this, so I'm sorry to air out your happenings, Dad. But recently, I was chilling at home, right? And I'm texting my dad back and forth. And to provide some context, I sent a Instagram reel just talking about like a 7-game series to play with your dad, where it's like best of 7, where like who can shotgun a drink the fastest, who can win a race, who's winning in an arm wrestle, obviously dad, who's you know, all these other things, 1v1 in a video game, all of these things. And here I was feeling confident that I could probably out shotgun my dad, but I forgot my dad is actually like in his prime. He was a beast, right?
He's actually
so he sends me a video. Yes, he sends me a video with him and his best friend in Utah, and they're just hanging out, right? And he sends me this video of him shotgunning a beer to prove to me that he's got me beat on the shotgunning a beer. And he throws that thing down, right? But his best friend, bless his heart, Phil's a great dude. Love that guy. All over his shirt, dude. All over the ground, all over his shirt. And this might be my funniest joke I've ever made. It's possible. I'll leave that up to the jury on this one. But I responded to his video. Wow, that was awesome. Tell Phil he can have another one for himself, considering he generously gave it all to the ground. And I was very, very proud of that one. I think, again, saying anything deadpan like that when somebody drops something never is not funny.
Yeah.
Always hits.
So I I could. I'm not going to put it out there on the internet that I could beat anybody that will hear this in shotgunning, but I'm fairly confident I have about 9/10 of the world beat in terms of shotgunning. But I've trained a lot of
Humbly, huh?
people. I've trained a lot of people in shotgunning during my time at Dutch Bros, and so many people do exactly that. They like start it, and then there's like there's like shoot it right out of their mouth and nose and everything. Oh, dude, it's so good. The other thing I was going to say in response to that is in 2 months, Braxton, I will train you to beat your dad in shotgunning.
Okay, so I'm gonna have like a Rocky Balboa type training arc.
Training montage. You know,
Okay,
if
okay,
I'm
okay,
if
okay.
I'm leaving on October 5th and we get started on October 1st, I can have you a shotgun champion in like 4 days. Just
Yeah,
call. I'm just gonna need you to call out a lot of work because you're gonna be really hungover.
I don't like being hungover, Caleb.
Yeah, you
No
got
me
it.
gusta, bro.
No pain, no gain, brother.
I see, I see, I see. Okay, okay. I'm game, bro. Teach me
Yeah,
how to shotgun like the best of them.
yeah. So, um, yeah. Shall we get to the meat and potatoes?
Let's do it, bro.
All right. So, Braxton, last month you recommended me a show that is very near and dear to your heart. If I remember right, it's number 3 on your Mount Rushmore, and that is Loki. Specifically, seasons 1 and 2. That's
There's
all
only
that's
two
out.
seasons.
Yeah, there's those are the only two. But um, I watched it. I had a good time. I played Minecraft while watching it, and um, I will say there were a few times I had to log off of Minecraft because I was like, I need to pay attention now. This is important.
Really? Okay.
Um, so I like I did for Pirates of the Caribbean, I took notes as I was going, but I took notes after episode 1 of season 1, and then I did not take any more notes until the end of season 2. So, um, yeah. So here is right after the first episode. First of all, I want to state I love the premise of the show, and I think that is very fitting for Loki's character. Um, to be like doing like time travel hijinks and stuff like that. Um, and I also really like the Loki that they took. This isn't the Loki that died or is about to die in Endgame or in Infinity War. This is right after the events of Avengers when he's at his most evil, you know? Um, and I think that you had like two Lokis as far as like you had Loki in Infinity War and then Loki at the end of this, and they're two completely separate characters, and they have gone through completely different character arcs. And I think that's really cool
Yeah,
because,
yeah.
especially like Loki in prior to Endgame, continuity wise, is an anti hero that like you just root for because he's hot, not necessarily because he's a good character. Um, but like you see that he's just kind of like in the shadow of his brother and blah blah blah. Whereas the Loki that you get in this show has a completely different trajectory, and instead of having that immense jealousy for his brother, he comes into that same anti-hero feeling, but comes out of it as an actual hero and has undergone a completely different arc. Let's see here. Owen Wilson. That is the only two words I have written here. Owen Wilson. Um, so Braxton, you ever heard of the movie Zoolander?
No, 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 no. Can you tell me the entire script of it just to brush me up on it?
Yeah. So, but what about male models? Is all I can say about that. That is the entire
I
script.
see, I see, I see.
So,
About male models.
um, but yeah. So this is a big sticking point for me. I could not take his character seriously at all. I could not take Mobius seriously at all. Granted,
Really?
some of it is like he is written to do some funny things, and he is written to say some funny things. But even in the more gravitas moments, I am still only hearing Hansel, and this is a big problem for me because Owen Wilson, every time he's on screen, I am just hearing Hansel. And part of that is my own fault. You know, I have seen Zoolander enough times that it is ingrained in my DNA. But at the same time, his character does the MCU thing of trying to be serious with a character that is not supposed to be serious. Like, Mobius is not written in a way that is a serious character. I don't think you ever cast Owen Wilson to be a serious character. I have never seen another Owen Wilson movie, by the way. I've only ever seen Zoolander and Two-Lander. But, like, even just seeing this character, Mobius, he is a character that has a bunch of witty dialogue and funny things that he says, on top of having moments where he has the serious moments. But those serious moments are almost ruined because Owen Wilson cannot do those serious moments in a way because his character's already written to be funny. He already does like the whole jet ski thing and all that other stuff, and it makes it hard for those serious moments to really land the way that they're supposed to.
Yeah.
You know, there's like the point in season 2 where Loki is like, "Oh, aren't you even remotely curious about what your variant was or anything like that, like what your diverging moment was or anything like that." He has some Owen Wilson says like, "No, this is my entire life. This is all I've known." Blah blah blah. It's hard to take him seriously because he's still the guy that's like trying to pedal jet skis. You know,
Yeah.
like he's still the guy that like in a moment of crisis he's like, "Oh, let me go get a key lime pie."
Yeah.
So
That's totally fair. Do you think his like as a character, his purity like that, like almost unserious nature, was a good contrast to how dire the situation was? Do you think it like?
I'm gonna get into that.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. Um. So, there's some quote unquote, I call it just Marvel funny talk. This is the Thor Ragnarok talk where like it's just jokes and stuff like that, like good tasting jokes, but like still kind of detracts from a more serious vibe that they would maybe want to go for, especially towards the end of
Yeah.
season 2. Um, and uh, part of that is like I said, this is all after the first episode. When Loki meets Casey and he's like, "Give me the Tesseract or I'll gut you like a fish," and Casey's like, "What's a fish?" Like it's kind of funny, but like, yeah, like I don't think it needed to be there. I think it
Yeah. That's fair.
whatever. Um, but one thing I said is the grandeur is on full display. One thing that the MCU does not do is pull any punches when it comes to like just the spectacle of everything. When you first see the TVA and like they open up the window, it's like all that fucking space city. It's like, wow, no, that's fucking crazy. Like, what's going on? Um,
Yeah.
and the other thing I really liked is in the end credits, I saw it immediately. Tom Hiddleston is actually a lead producer on the show. So he had direct say in like where he wanted his character to go. And I think that that's really cool because like when you are an actor like Tom Hiddleston who is so in character, it's like Ryan Reynolds like kind of co-producing Deadpool. Like, I'm sorry, Ryan Reynolds is just Deadpool, and I would trust nobody else to like write a good Deadpool story.
That's fair. That's fair.
So that is my feelings after episode 1. Um, it's interesting because the way that episode 1 ends is you find that the major conceit is like there's another Loki from another timeline that's causing chaos, and
Yeah.
um, and you find out that like Mobius is going to bat for this specific Loki, and all that other stuff, and you see that Loki is not trusting of these people and is like trying to like betray them at any given moment and stuff like that. So it's a neat conceit, and I was fully on board at this point. Um, And then my next note just says after season 2, episode 6. So I did not take any more notes between then and there. And what I think about that is this is very much on the rails. Like last month we talked about Pirates of the Caribbean, and one of the things I really enjoyed about it was like you never knew where a character was going to go because everybody is betraying each other at all times. You know,
Yeah.
you have Jack Sparrow betraying everybody and like teaming up with Davy Jones for a little bit, or you know, so on and so forth. And then you have William Turner who's like teaming up with Davy Jones, and then also teaming up with Jack Sparrow, and then like kind of cursing Elizabeth Swann away, and then also like wanting to secretly be with her again, and blah, and it like it made for an intense moments where you're like, I have no idea where things are gonna go. Like, I know the heroes are supposed to win, but who are the heroes here?
Yeah.
And I don't think that Loki necessarily has that, where, like, Loki being the god of mischief, like, there are moments where you know that he's going to betray, but you know that it's in his character to turn out to be a good guy, or at least somebody adjacent to a good guy. So even though he's doing some stupid shit, you know that it's going to come back around and be good at the end.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of along for the ride, if that makes sense. Like, you're not necessarily like going through all these twists and turns. I think there are some really genuinely cool moments, like when uh when they get to the end of time and there's like the whole thing with Eliath, the giant cloud beast, and you like see all the different Lokis and stuff like that. Alligator Loki is still one of my favorite characters in this entire show. It's just so
The
stupid.
one scene.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
but like the enchanting the giant cloud beast is really cool, and then going to the Citadel beyond time and stuff like that, and meeting the uh what's his name, the one who stays, or the one who
The one bit beyond time or whatever. Something
yeah,
like that.
Kang the Conqueror. um
Yes.
when you meet him, he's a cool character. I think that the way that he's played is a little dry, almost, where he's a little jokey to be like Kang the Conqueror. And I understand that that's probably just because this is like the first Kang the Conqueror before all the variants get let loose and stuff like that. But he just seemed a little too happy-go-lucky for me to be like the big bad. But what I did like is how it circles back to it, because one thing that I was left off at the end of season 1 is like, oh, they just killed him. Like, that's
Mm.
crazy. Like, where's the show go from there?
Yeah.
And then when Loki turns into God of Stories Loki and is able to go back and talk with the one who stays, or whatever his name is, and then you get to kind of get more of his character come out and stuff like that. I think that's pretty interesting. Um, but yeah, for the most part, like, I didn't have too many notes because like the episodes were like go 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 cliffhanger, and start the next episode, go 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 go. Like, it wasn't, the episodes were not left at a point where I had a lot of thoughts on them. It was just kind of like, let the story take you where it wants to go.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, so this is my notes after the entire series is done. God of Stories Loki is tough. TUFF. If he was a Minecraft block, he'd be tough. I've always liked the God of Stories arc of Loki in the comics, and I don't know if that's actually what he is known in the MCU as right now, but like his entire moment of like grabbing all the threads and like pulling them together, that was really cool. And as he's doing it, his like he's shedding the suit and becoming like Loki with like the horns and everything.
Yeah.
I think that was really cool. That was a really cool moment. Um, again, the spectacle is on full display. I love it. I really enjoyed the Groundhog's Day bit in the last episode where like Loki is like bouncing around trying to solve everything, and he's like He's like, all right, you're gonna grab the thing. Do not let it fall, or do not set it down. It will roll off the scaffolding. Blah blah blah, and stuff like that. And he's like, how long is it gonna take me to give me all the knowledge of everything Ouroboros? And he's like, centuries, really. And it's like centuries later. And he's like teaching everybody everything and stuff like that. So I like that. That was a really fun bit. And like even like going to the future or to the point where everything starts unraveling and he talks with Sylvie and stuff like that. That's pretty interesting. Yeah. Um it got very marvelly at the end. Like just giant fucking stakes. And like world ending stuff. But then also like you already know that the stakes aren't that bad because you already know who's going to win at the end of this and stuff like that. So that's not necessarily detraction. It's just like you know what you're getting into. There's a reason why Infinity War is so beloved among people, and it's because it completely took those tropes and kicked them to the curb.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
had no idea where it was going.
Nobody knew Thanos was gonna win. Spoiler alert. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. I think so. Here's the thing. This is 12 episodes, right? I think I
Mhm.
would want 16 episodes. And I want a little bit more time to breathe with the characters.
That's fair.
Specifically,
That's so fair.
specifically Loki and Mobius. I think they had a really, really cool dynamic, but because the show was moving at such a breakneck pace, like I don't feel like there was enough time with those characters to really build the bonds that I wanted to see with those two characters.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And uh, another thing is a time traveling FBI agent story would go so hard for Loki's character. And this is what my hope was for the end of season or episode 1 of season 1 is that that's where we were going. Like the first season was going to be like just time thief hijinks and just going in and out of time, like tracking this other Loki and stuff like that. But they get to Sylvie by the end of episode 3. And so
Yeah.
like that is all out the window. I wanted more time for Mobius and Loki to develop and like go do time thief shenanigans. So
That's
and
fair.
that
That's fair.
and that goes back to what you asked earlier about Mobius's character about does the does the not so serious side like detract and whatnot. Like I think that Mobius is written in a way that that is what his character was supposed to do almost, whereas to be like this guy who's traveling in and out of time and being this time police and get up to hijinks and then have like a bigger overarching story that spans over it. It was supposed to be a Scooby Doo story, but they didn't go with that. They went for the more serious route, and I think that that is just because like it's hard to do that and have like quote unquote filler in a 6 episode arc.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's fair.
um,
I wanted to ask,
yeah,
so this show was written when they were planning on doing
Kang,
the whole Kang arc,
yeah,
yeah, and then Jonathan Majors got fired from Marvel and they decided to pivot. Um and that like obviously that weakens the entire show because of how much of a focus there is on Jonathan Majors Kang. What was his name? He has an actual name.
He Who Remains. That's what it
I
is.
think he remains. Even in season 2 though, like when he's like trying to put him on the time bridge. Um, doesn't he have like a real? Don't they call him like a real name in that one?
Oh, yeah. It's not coming to me. But
Yeah,
yeah,
fair enough.
timely,
I think
timely or something like that. Yeah, yeah.
something like that. Yeah. The original Kang or like the guy that was supposed to be the big Kang. Um, I think it's really disappointing that the lot of that show is cheapened by the fact that Jonathan Majors got fired and they had to pivot from Kang to Doom.
Right.
Um, because I feel like yeah, what you said about it being a time FBI uh, thriller almost um, was totally on the table had they not needed to establish Kang as like the next big bad for the show, only for the entire MCU as a whole, only for them to pivot last minute on that.
Yeah, so here's the thing: is I don't think that it's necessarily bad because like the way that Loki season 2 ends with the setup of Kang and stuff like that, that's unfortunate, but like they also like set up this like multiversal and time travel and Loki being at the center of it all and all that other stuff, which is cool. And set itself up to even stay canon despite Kang not being a threat anymore. Um
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I think what I would have liked, obviously, it's one thing to have like Loki and have it develop into the Doomsday arc or the Kang Dynasty arc or whatever, but the if they wrote Loki to be like its own self-contained thing, kind of like She-Hulk, as bad as that show was, but like She-Hulk does not matter to the rest of the MCU. Like that is just a one-off show that nobody gives a shit about and is never going to come back into play. But
Yeah.
uh but the if they did that with Loki, where it was just like, okay, Mobius, you have Owen Wilson and you have Tom Hiddleston, and they're just going and solving time disasters. Like that could be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you can't have your cake and eat it too. If you want it to branch back into Marvel and have stakes that play into the MCU, I don't think that you could do a non-serious show like that. Um, so it is what it is. I don't think that it's detracted by the fact that Kang is not developed as a villain, because I think that Kang and He Who Remains being killed, and then his whole thing about like, oh well, all my variants are going to be released and stuff like that. That's one thing, but that doesn't even get detracted to the show because like you have that ever looming threat. And I did not finish Loki season 2 going like, oh, I wonder how the Kang stuff is going to come back. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
it was like Loki kind of solved.
Yeah, that's fair.
So Braxton, I didn't tell you this ahead of time, but I don't like time travel. Time
Oh,
travel is
really?
a really bad trope for me. I do not like when a story starts to mess with time travel. Um, I think it just leaves so much on the table, and I think that Loki does a lot of good stuff to like explain away and hand wave some of the like obvious plot holes that could come up. But like, I just don't like. I There are some aspects of it that I really did enjoy. The groundhog bit at the end was really fun, but like it gets really messy and convoluted, and it's really hard to keep track of sometimes.
That's
Um,
totally fair.
and so time travel is just not something that I really like in shows, um, or any kind of media for that matter. There's a bit in Interstellar that deals with time travel, but that's more that's not actual time travel. That's more of like just how gravity works, where the closer you are to a black hole, the slower time moves and stuff like that for you.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but yeah, it's um there's this interesting thing that I kind of came to terms with like season 2 episode 4, and it's how like throughout the second season of Loki, it's not a Loki show. It's like kind of everybody else. Loki is like kind of almost a supporting character through it all until like the last episode, when he starts to control the time slippage and stuff like that. But up to that point, it's like Sylvie is almost the main character of the show. Even
Yeah.
even like halfway through the first season. Um, so that's not neither here or there. It was just an observation I had.
Fair enough.
Um, Miss Minutes was I don't really have any notes on her character or whatever, but the CGI is really cool. there's this bit when they go into the future or into the past, and they're talking to Timely, and it's like zoomed in on Timely. He's in focus, and everything outside of him is out of focus. And you see Miss Minutes back there doing stuff. She's completely CGI, but they've made her out of focus as well. And I thought that was such a cool shot for me that I had to make a note about it.
Oh, that's fair. I wanted to.
Yeah.
I have another question. If you want to go first, that's fine.
No. I still have some more. So.
Okay. How did you feel about? I don't know if you caught this. The way it. What I was telling you, how it adapts Norse mythology. Did you catch that when he pulls the multiverse together, he literally forms Yggdrasil from Norse mythology?
That's my next note, actually. Really cool that he shaped the loom into the world tree, calling back to his heritage.
Yeah, that's like that was such a cool thing to catch when I saw it the first time. I was so proud of myself for figuring that out.
Yeah, I'd like to thank God of War for that. But
same.
For knowing what Yggdrasil is. But
Yep.
Yeah, no, that was really cool, and I really enjoyed that. As well, I mentioned it earlier. His end costume is fucking sick. It's
for sure.
Tons of aura.
I gotta tell you, it's hard to draw.
Yeah, I bet.
For no specific thing that relates to this show, it's hard to draw Loki's season 2 costume.
Yeah. After all is said and done, I'm actually really glad to have seen it right now rather than the end of season 1. Because if I stopped at the end of season 1, I would have been fucking pissed. Like, that is such a fucking, like, yeah, because Sylvie kills Kang, and that's where it ends. Like,
yeah,
you don't know what's going on after that. And, like, it feels so half-baked at that point. Like, it had a neat wrap-up, but then, like, they went 5 extra minutes, and they were like, we're gonna get a season 2 out of this. And, like, I would have been pissed if I had to wait after after the ending of season 1.
Oh, that's fair.
I
was not too mad personally, but I was also like 13 years old.
Yeah, that's fair.
I wasn't much of anything.
I have a note here. Time Assassin Sylvie greater than Mullet Sylvie.
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't know why they gave her a mullet in season 2.
Yeah, it's so fucking weird.
I don't know what that was about.
I love the idea of a time assassin and stuff like that, and Sylvie fit that role really well. And then they turned her into a mullet, and I just kind of lost interest in her character.
A mullet.
Yeah, not just because I lost attraction to her, but also like her character just became a lot less cool in my opinion.
She was more two-dimensional.
Yeah.
I think they used her as a foil to Loki, and that comes as a detriment to her character because she's so one-dimensional.
Yeah.
And she's really not very nuanced in season 2, but I think that's because it brings out the nuance of Loki's character, where he's like,
I could see that. I could see that. It's unfortunate because her character was the most compelling character of season 1.
I would agree.
And even like a little bit into season 2, but then once she became the country bumpkin working at McDonald's, I just kind of lost interest in her character.
Yeah, a little bit.
There's something to be said about Loki's character and always being alone, except falling in love with the female version of himself. I think that's kind of interesting. Of like, you know, he is a character that, in his own story, like in Asgard and stuff like that, is always kind of a loner, and even on the multiversal stage is still kind of a loner. Like can't even befriend like other Lokis, except for the female version of himself. So, I think that's a kind of cool point. I don't have any heavy thoughts on it. It's just kind of an interesting thing.
Yeah.
The different Lokis in the Void really got me. It was, I loved all of them. Especially when he opens up the thing and it's President Loki. I was like, is that a Marvel Rivals reference? But Yeah, it actually made me reinstall and play like a round of Marvel Rivals, and I was like, I fucking hate this game.
Yeah, and then you remember that it's the worst game ever, and you immediately uninstalled again.
Yeah. Um, like I said before, it's a short and sweet experience, but I really wish it was longer, and I really wish I had more time with specifically Mobius and Loki, and to flesh out. It felt more like a long movie than a TV show, and I think that that is what like. Okay, I want to contrast this with WandaVision. WandaVision has this bit where every episode in the season took a different type of sitcom and made that the story of the episode with like an overarching theme. You had little pieces that started to break down stuff like that up until the 90s one, when they replicate Malcolm in the Middle, and then you've seen WandaVision, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, where everything breaks down, and that is what I think Loki should have gone for. Is like if they wanted to have an overarching story that set up things, like let standalone episodes happen that let bits and pieces happen in it. You can't do that in a 6 episode arc because the story they're trying to tell is so huge.
Yeah, for sure.
But if they took season 1 and stretched it out to 8 to 10 episodes and then let it have time to breathe, I think this would feel a lot better to me specifically because I have a lot more time to deal with the hijinks that I was expecting out of the show.
That's fair.
Um, I had no problems with the show, minus time travel in general. But there were some really dope moments that left me stunned. Specifically like the end when Loki is ascending the throne and stuff like that. That's really cool. But and you know the whole Groundhog Day bit. But like I said, a lot of times like I just let the show happen to me, and it didn't like elicit too much feeling. It was just like, oh yeah, it's a Marvel show.
Yeah, yeah.
That being said, I don't think the show is really for me. There are aspects I had fun with, but it was pretty mindless. Let the story kind of happen, kind of story. Like I said earlier, and I don't want to say that I dislike Marvel movies because I really do enjoy Marvel movies and I like the spectacle of it all and everything like that. I think just the way that I was set up at the end of episode 1 left me feeling really disappointed that it didn't go in that direction. It took a much more
Fair enough.
serious and like more set up story kind of thing. So,
Yeah, that's fair. That's totally fair.
um I think time travel can have fun moments to try and figure out how the looping happens. Like when Loki gets pruned in the episode, first episode of season 2. You know, there's the whole like he is running around and there's like a telephone ringing and then he gets pruned out of nowhere and you're like, oh, what the fuck is happening here? And then you start to see the loop start to happen and you're like, oh, this is so cool. Um, but then once you play that card once, you start looking for it everywhere. And if it doesn't happen, you get disappointed. If it does happen, like you're like, oh, cool, I called it. So you get exactly one good time loop shenanigan, and then that's all you get.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's totally understandable.
Um, Braxton, this is
It's
the
a one
lowest.
trick pony.
This is the lowest rating I'm giving anything on the show so far. Um,
No.
so uh, I'm giving Loki a 5 out of 10. I don't say it's bad. I just wish that it was completely different than the thing I watched. The thing I
Okay.
watched was still really cool, and I respect it, and it's probably the best experience I had with anything post Endgame Marvel. That being said, the only thing I've seen post game Endgame Marvel is Loki season 1 and 2, WandaVision, and Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So it's a low bar to go over, but it was still it. I enjoyed my time with it. It was a cool experience. Um, I just don't think it was for me. Time travel is not something that I fuck with a lot. Um, and a lot of times, like even in the comics, when time travel is going on and things like that, it's something that my eyes kind of glaze over on. Um,
That's totally fair. Honestly, time travel is always it's always a hard sell, you know.
exactly. So, um, yeah, that's kind of my review of Loki. It had an interesting conceit, and I enjoyed my time with it. I just don't think it's for me.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I understand. Do you know? Do you know? Am I good to talk?
About your thing?
Okay. Do you know what was good for me?
Oh, segues.
A little, yeah, yeah. Are we? Am I good to pivot here?
I mean, do you have
That's
anything
more
that you
like,
want to discuss about Loki? Any other random questions or?
um, nothing that would be worth selling such a good segue here. Um, that said, what I liked about my July was this little experience I had on a 3DS with a game called Pokemon X.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god, dude, I had so much fucking fun, bro. I I felt like a little kid again, dude. It was great. Oh my god. So yeah, I was playing Pokemon X. That was Caleb's recommendation from last month,
Yep. On
and
original hardware. On original hardware. That is the
on original
important thing.
hardware, which yeah, it definitely improved the experience. I will say a lot improved the experience. I had a couple issues with the battery on the 3DS.
Oh,
Um,
was it just not keeping
Nothing
a
like
charge?
major. Like, no, it wasn't even that. It was just like there was one time where I really wanted to play, and the battery just like, um, it was red. So I plugged it in for 20 minutes, and I was like, I can't wait any longer. I have to play. So I played. I brought it back out. I took it off the charger. I brought it back out, and it went red again. And I was like, ah. And then
Part.
I brought it back to my room, put it on the charger, and started playing. And I wasn't sure if it would like if it was losing battery faster than it was gaining it. So I was like paranoid the whole time, and I was like,
Yep.
I can't do this. I just have to
Yep.
turn
Yep.
it
Yep.
off, and I was really bummed about it, bro.
Let me tell you, part of this experience is just forcing you to interact with a 3DS again, because like part of it is like, okay, I'm going to play where I'm set up right next to an outlet so that I can play and still charge at the same time and like crane my neck and get neck cramps and stuff like that. And then
Yeah,
also
yeah,
like learning, oh, I can't play my 3DS because it's not a new console. It doesn't charge in 10 minutes. This is something that you have to
yeah,
leave on the charger overnight in order to have a day of playing
yeah,
afterwards.
yeah, yeah. No, I had that exact thing on this pillow right here. So you can actually see the 3DS like on this
Nice.
side right there. That's where it is. And the charger doesn't fully reach, so like the charger gets out to like here ish.
Yeah.
So I'm fully leaned up against my shelf,
Yeah.
like craning my neck exactly like you said. It's so uncomfortable. I was having a blast with it. Anyway, about the game. Oh my god, dude. I'm so glad I finally had a chance to play like a real Pokemon game. So, for anybody listening, Caleb already knows this. I told him this story a couple days ago, I think. Um, but for everybody listening, this is my first Pokemon game. I've played Pokemon Go, and prior to that, the only experience I had with like Pokemon RPGs was this little game on Roblox called Pokemon or Project Pokemon. And admittedly, that was a pretty cool experience, but it was nothing like, it's Roblox. You're not playing a Pokemon game. Like, obviously, they had and this got taken down actually because Nintendo copyright struck the fuck out of it. They had real Pokemon and stuff, but again, you're not playing a Pokemon game, so it's not like it doesn't have the charm as in the same way. So going through and playing a real Pokemon game with all the like super upbeat music and all the the top down camera even or like the shitty movement controls. I don't know if that's a thing on all of the older Pokemon games, but
No,
definitely for this
it's
one.
just
Oh
Pokemon
my god.
X.
I see. Okay. Um it was really endearing a lot of times. I thought a couple times where it was frustrating. There's one part, I'm sure they'll do it later. I haven't gotten there yet. In a cave where your camera is dead ahead and the big city. I don't remember what the big city's called, but the camera's like
Lumios.
facing forward instead of, yeah, Lumio City, where the camera's facing forward instead of being a top down. And it is the worst 3D camera controls I have ever seen
Yep.
ever. it is horrendous.
Yep.
And like at least for like you can see why because they don't have an analog stick or anything to control the camera. But like surely we could have done better than this. It's really atrocious. Um, that said, I found it kind of endearing because it wasn't an older console, and it was like a handheld console doing a 3D, like fully 3D like that. I got a kick out of that. Um,
Did you mess
I
around with the 3D slider at all?
it didn't really do much, at least not in just overworld experience. In I didn't try it in battles. I really should have actually. I was messing around with it like in the overworld the first time I played, and I was like, meh,
I
this is
should
making
have
me feel
told.
sick. I'm gonna turn it off.
Yeah, I should have told you as well that the 3D thing will actually light up when there's something 3D actually
Oh,
happening. So you
oh,
don't
really?
have to
That's
have it
cool.
turned on all the time. But if you have it turned on all the time, it'll also just eat your fucking battery.
I see. Okay, that checks out. Um, but yeah, no, I felt like a kid playing this game again. Like, um, there were a couple points like when I finally got my Frogadier up to Greninja, and I was like, oh my god, I have a Greninja. This is the most exciting thing ever. And then he learns Water Shuriken. I'm like, that's the move he has in
That's
Smash.
that's the thing.
Yeah, I like
And then you use it once, and
when
you're
I
like,
gotta
"This fucking sucks."
I'm trying to build for RNG on my Greninja here. So I wanna get the Water Shuriken. I don't know if it's gonna work. I want it online. I just don't know if it's gonna be the move. Um, but like I have that, or like when I got a Greninja, or not, sorry, not a Greninja, Charmander from what's his, is he Sycamore? Is that the one
Yeah, yeah.
from
Professor
yeah
Sycamore.
from Professor Sycamore? When he gave me my Charmander and the Charizard, I was like, oh my god, I just get a free Mega Charizard. That's like my favorite Mega Evolution
Yep.
ever. And then like
Except
I countered I encountered
you have the Mega Charizard that sucks. I mean, it's the more competitively viable one, but Mega Charizard Y is no X is the black one, right? Yeah.
X is the black
Never
and
mind.
blue one.
You
Y
get
is
the
the
cool one.
yeah. Yeah. I'm very happy about that, trust me. Do you if I were to have Pokemon Y, would I have gotten Mega Charizard Y?
Yeah. That's
Oh,
why it's called Mega
huh.
Charizard Y.
Huh. That makes so much sense. I never put that together at all, and
Same with
I
Mega
knew it was X
Mewtwo
and Y
X
the
and
whole
Y.
time. Yeah, yeah, you know what? That makes a lot of fucking sense, dude. I'm surprised I didn't put two and two together there. Um, but yeah, like getting that and being like, I'm gonna have a Mega Charizard X. That's like the coolest thing ever. Or like, I found an Eevee and I was like, I love Eevee. That's so exciting. Um, I encountered a Axew at one point, and I got like the childish frustration of getting him to one shot, and I had the spiky helmet, I think it was called, on my at this point he was a Frogadier, but I had the spiky helmet on, and I get him to one shot, and I toss a great ball at him,
He
and
breaks out.
it doesn't catch, and then he
He's
kills
tackles.
himself on my
Yeah.
spiky helmet. Yeah, and I was like, what the fuck, dude? This is fuck you, Axu, because I love Haxorus. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
So I was so excited, and then I couldn't. I spent another 20 minutes in that cave cycling spawns, and I couldn't find any. I couldn't find another Axu, so I was like, man. Um, but then like I have a Honedge on my team, and it's like, wow, I love this Pokemon. It's so cool. I can't wait for him to evolve. And like there were like some moments where I was like really excited. Um, and like the gyms, I was excited to get into the gyms and do all that. I had so much fun with this game. I have a plethora of complaints too,
Yeah.
and I think that's specifically with X and Y specifically. First of all, what the fuck were they thinking with the Rhyhorn riding? Um, what is that? It's just overworld but slower with worse movement,
Yep.
and that's it.
Yep. And you
There's
only use it in
nothing at
like
all.
two areas. And
Yeah, it's like the what was even the point? We're just doing like a gimmick that we'll use once. I've gotten to this the little Skiddo riding enclosure, and it's like you can get a single HM,
yep.
and that's it.
Yep.
And I don't know if they'll do another Skiddo enclosure, but it's like what the fuck is even the point? Why are we doing this?
Exactly.
Um, but the 3D camera controls, that was another. What was even the point? Just play to your strengths, game. Come on now.
There's a
What are we doing?
there's some stuff with the 3D camera where you can just like slide a coin under the analog stick and have your character go in a direction and they'll just walk endlessly. And so like you can like put your Pokemon in the daycare and every step that you take is one experience point. And so you just like leave your DS on the charger and just have that
You're just
infinite walk
XP farming
cycle.
like
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Yo, that's actually kind of awesome. Maybe I should do that. Go go do that overnight, and I come back and all of my Pokemon are level 99.
Yeah.
My whole team. I am using the XP share. I know that's kind of a cop out
No, it's
because they didn't have that in the old games. Um, Personally, I think that was a great addition. I know people don't like it. I think it was a great addition. I hate the tedium of just grinding constantly.
I think
Um,
X and Y is weird because the first game they did it. Like I think in the next game, Sun and Moon, like they've kind of balanced the game around it. So like X and
I
Y
see.
feels a little unbalanced because of it, but in later games, like the game is balanced around you having all your Pokemon share levels.
I see. I see. I um I got very frustrated between gyms 2 and 3. And the reflecting cave specifically, I had to redo
Mm-hmm.
the whole area, I think 3 times. Um, because I just kept getting so unlucky. Like, um, my entire team, I think my team fucking sucks. I want to get that out of the way. I
Probably.
think my team build is horrendous, and I'm not changing it. Because it's Pokemon I like.
Let's hear it. Let's
Um,
hear it. Let's hear the team.
okay. So I have my now Greninja
Yep.
named Not Chopped.
Good.
I have a Charmeleon named Charizard.
Okay.
Um, I now have a Lucario that can Mega Evolve.
Yeah.
He's called Furry Blood.
The free
That
Mega
that one,
Lucario they give you.
yeah. I don't know what that was about, but that was another thing I was super excited for because I'm a big fan of Lucario. I
Yeah.
mained him in Smash for the Wii U for a while. Um, I have Honedge. He's 1 level away from being DoubleAid, and I'm really excited about that. Can't wait to have that guy on Aegislash. I also playing with these Pokemon and like actually seeing them instead of just like kind of interacting with them like in Pokemon Go. It's a lot cooler to
Yeah.
like actually like I feel like I'm closer to these Pokemon. Like I was kind of like 50-50 on Honedge, DoubleAid, Aegislash heading into the game, and then I caught it and I was like, wait, this is actually fucking sick. I love this guy. I'm a big fan of Aegislash now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've got Greninja, Charizard or Charmeleon,
Honedge.
Lucario, Honedge. Um, I have a Curlia named Diddy Foyd. That was my best naming I've ever done. Um, and then I have a Fletchinder named Airchud.
Nice, nice. And you don't
Um,
even have a Noibat or a Goodra on your team yet.
I have not encountered a Gumi or a Noibat. I've been like every single cave I've gone through and looked, and like I'm hoping Noibat is not a rare spawn. I'm hoping that it's a I mean they're both dragon types, so they're gonna be rare, I feel like. Um but I'm hoping it's not like super rare and it's somewhere I've already passed. Um I can't wait to have either of those guys on my team. Cannot wait, bro.
In the Pokédex, you can actually check where they're at if you've seen them
Oh,
already.
really?
hmm
I have not, but I that is good to know. Um
So if you encounter a Gumi or a Noibat, like a trainer has one, you can actually go in and like see, like in the information in your Pokédex, you can actually see where they
huh,
spawn.
interesting. Good to know. All right. I will pay attention to that for the ones I want later. Um but yeah, so to go back to what I was saying before I went delved into my team here. Um my team sucked for this area. Like the reflecting cave and the area leading up to it,
hmm
I just could not with it, dude. Like every single battle I was getting one-shotted. Every single time I rolled RNG, I got the lowest possible RNG. I think I've landed like I could count on my hands or on my fingers the amount of times I've landed a crit in this playthrough, and I think I would need 20 different dudes worth of hands to count the times I've been crit.
You've been crit, yeah.
Yeah, it's like I just feel so unlucky, bro, and it's like so frustrating when you're like, oh, I'll survive this, I'll be fine, and they crit and it just one shots you.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Or like you encounter a Wobbuffet and it does Soul Link or Soul Bond,
Destiny Bond,
whatever
yeah.
it's called. Yeah, yeah. It's like I don't know how to play against it. I'm trying to stay away from guides, so I don't know if there actually is a way to play against Destiny Bond. But I can't switch
Right.
against the Wobbuffet, so I'm effectively just fucked. And because I got unlucky enough to encounter 4 Wobbuffets while I was running through the Reflecting Cave,
You just
my
lost
whole
4
team is just
Pokemon.
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I lost 5 because at one point the Wobbuffet full one-shotted my Frogadier, and I was really mad about that. I was like, that was the most mad I got in the entire playthrough. I was like, oh my god, I fucking hate this game. Why? These are the full one-shot. He crits me, and it does 100 damage in a single move. What the fuck?
Braxton, you want me to ruin Wobbuffet for you? Wobbuffet has no attacking moves. Wobbuffet cannot learn a move that deals damage to you by itself.
Oh.
It learns two
Actually,
moves.
I did not know that.
It learns 2 moves called Counter and Mirror Coat. Counter.
Oh, yeah, Mirror Coat was the one that one-shotted me.
Yep. Counter. If you hit it with a physical move and it uses Counter, it deals double the damage that you dealt to it back to you. Mirror Coat's the same thing, just with a special attack move, like Water Shuriken.
What a shitty Pokemon, bro. I'm sure this has been said before, but what a terrible idea for a Pokemon.
Wobbuffet
Is Wobbuffet banned from comp?
Yes, actually, it is. It is.
That
so
surprise me at
so
all.
they changed it. The thing that made it broken is that that thing that you referenced where you can't run from it has an ability called Shadow Tag where you can't switch or run from it.
Yeah.
And for multiple generations since Generation 3, Wobbuffet and its pre-evolution Wynut have been banned because of that ability up until I think Gen 5 when it got a new ability.
Interesting. Okay. That's really funny.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I knew immediately that it was banned. Like the moment I got hit by that first Destiny Bond or the Soul Bond, whatever. Destiny Bond, right?
Yeah, Destiny Bond.
The moment I got hit by that, I was like, fuck this guy, dude. There's nothing I can even do.
And you know what? And you know what? This is part of the experience because like even the most prepared players will just get fucking crit out of nowhere, and you're just like, come on, man. Like really?
Yeah, like there's nothing you can even do about that.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. I've been playing Pokemon for like 20 years, and like I will be playing like Scarlet and Violet, and I'm just like, what?
Great, excellent. Thank you, game.
Great game.
Awesome. Whoops. I guess I'm fucked now.
Yeah.
I lost my only type advantage in this fight. I guess I'll just die.
Yeah.
Sweet. Might as well turn off the DS now.
Yeah.
But I think the worst part for me was being surprised with how unapproachable Pokemon is for a new player.
Oh.
Like the amount of types, type advantages, type weaknesses, super effective, not very effective, all the different special like signature abilities that each Pokemon has when they just enter the field.
Yeah.
Like knowing the tropes, like what trainers, like there's certain kinds of trainers, there's fighting type trainers, there's earth type trainers, or ground types, whatever they're.
Yeah.
All of it was just like foreign to me, and I have a terrible memory. So here I am halfway through this playthrough, and I still have to look up a type chart for like every single fight just to know if I'm making the right moves.
Yeah.
Like,
part of that is like, kind of the fun of it though, is like especially like when a new gen comes out, I don't look up like the Pokemon's types on my first playthrough because it's part of the fun is like, oh, what type of Pokemon is this? I will say in the next generation, Sun and Moon, when you go to pick a move in battle, it'll actually tell you if it's super effective, not very effective, or just neutral.
That's kind of lame, actually. I think my biggest frustration with this is that I don't know the types of the Pokemon, but I know the Pokemon. Like, if it was a whole new game, I could see myself being a little bit more like captured by it and captivated by it. But because I don't know the type advantages at all, and I don't know the Pokemon types I'm going against, it's just like it adds up to be like a lot more frustrating to me,
Interesting. Okay.
or a lot
I
harder to me.
I have heard this. Like when my dad was really big into Pokemon Go, he would constantly ask like, "Oh, what's good against Groudon?" And my sister and I would be like, "Oh, water, grass,
Yeah.
like anything that's super effective against ground." He's like, "I don't know what's super effective against ground." And I was like, "Well, water and
I
grass.
use
Let's go."
grass against Groudon, right? Doesn't isn't Groudon like more fire type than ground type?
Nope. He's just a ground type.
What?
Yeah, I know it's super weird.
Why is he red then? That's fire.
It's super weird because he's the continent Pokemon. He creates land. That's his whole
I
gimmick.
suppose it makes sense. Guess how land is made, bro? Fucking magma
That's why
created by
his
it.
mega evolution, well, his primal
I see.
reversion is fire and ground.
I see. Is Kyogre water then?
Yeah, Kyogre's just plain water.
That's so interesting that they did a duality and then they
Gen
didn't do fire and water. I mean, I guess it makes sense
Gen
because
3's Gen 3's weird. Gen 3's really weird, bro.
good to know. um, but yeah, like there's a couple points where I've been like, ugh, there's just so much work. Or like when my Pokemon like learns a new move and it doesn't tell me at all what the move does or what type it is. And so I accidentally set up my Fletchinder where he's got flail, agility, um Feather Storm, I think it's called, the one where you have to charge it up and then it goes
Oh yeah,
the next
so
turn.
yeah.
Yeah. And then another one, but he's only got two attacks
Sky
and
Attack is the name of that
neither
card.
of them, yeah, yeah. And neither of them are good. Like my Fletchinder sucks. That's why I can't wait to switch him out for a Noibat when I find a Noibat. Um
I will say a little bit of this might be skill issue in terms of not
oh,
not
for sure.
not the fact that you don't know what you're doing, but like when you go to forget a move, you can scroll down and see what the move does, the new move. So it
Holy shit.
Your Greninja levels up and it's like, hey, I want to learn Hydro Pump. You're like, I don't know what the fuck Hydro Pump is. Yeah, I'll delete a move to make room for Hydro Pump, and then you can go down and highlight Hydro Pump, and it'll tell you like its power, its accuracy, and what Hydro Pump does.
I've seen that. I didn't realize you could scroll down there because I've seen the moves I'm deleting. I've seen what those
Yeah,
do.
yeah,
I didn't
you can
realize
scroll
scroll
all the
down.
way down, and then if you
Dude,
if
we
you
are
don't
charting new territory
and
here.
then if you don't want to keep the move, you just delete the new move.
Excellent, bro. That is good to know.
I will also say
We are innovating
there's
here.
there's a lot like go explore houses and stuff like that. I don't know. I can't remember where it's at in X and Y,
Yep.
but there are
Ass load of shit in there.
move rememberers and move deleters. So like if you deleted a really
Interesting.
powerful move off your Greninja or something like that, you can go relearn it.
Oh, so you can like your the build is not sold if you accidentally
Yeah.
like get rid of a move you needed.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
There
Okay.
there are some
I'm
hidden
happy about that.
mechanics that I'm not going to tell you about because it ruins the experience, especially on your first playthrough. But there are some
Oh yeah,
hidden
don't tell me.
mechanics that like you've already settled for just by playing the game, and like you can't reverse those, not easily at least.
Fuck.
But most casual playthroughs aren't. You're not going to deal with it anyway. That's like min maxing
Yeah,
for competitive.
I see. I keep saying this is my biggest complaint, and then I have another biggest complaint. I guess I have a lot. I guess what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of glaring issues with. I think this is specifically Pokemon X. At least this one does for sure. There is so much menuing, dude, and everything is just so time consuming. Every little animation, like when I use Surf, for example, and I have to wait for this little screen, like to play, and then the Greninja to make like a little animation that flashes across the screen, and then I cross 2 feet of water to end up on the next
Oh
shore, and then
yeah,
I have to use Surf again, or like every time I use Cut, it's like an animation like
yeah.
all the HMs are a long animation. I have to go through the whole menu to find my bike every time I want to use that. Or, um,
You ready for a secret? When you go into your bag and you go to select your bike, you can press a button called register, and register puts it on a hotkey. I think it's Y, and then that'll just
Why
you
is that
press.
not just immediately told? Why? Why is that a hidden mechanic? That yo, what the fuck were they thinking with that? That should not be a hidden mechanic at all. That's like the most helpful thing ever, and all it does is save time and make things less tedious. Why would they
Yep.
hide that?
Yep.
Who found that out?
There. So here's the thing. That has been a mechanic since I think Gen 1. But like because I grew up with Pokemon since Gen 1, I literally just like played it and like I was a dumb kid that just pressed every button. I released my starter so many times on accident. And
Bruh.
uh and so you just figure it out, you know? So it's like dumb kid thing that like now works. It's just like
That's
ingrained
really
in your
funny.
system. I will also say on the topic of HMs, this is the last generation that actually had HMs. After Gen
Really
6, after Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, they did away with HMs.
interesting. Okay, I think that's probably it for the best. I find it frustrating because like you have to have an exploration team and then you have to have like an actual fighting team.
You
But like
there's a
when you
term
get through,
in casual playthroughs called your HM slave, and it's like a Pokemon
yeah,
on your team that has 4
that's a great
HMs.
idea. I
Uh,
should do that for sure.
and then you have to have one Pokemon that knows Fly because you want to get around easier and stuff like that. So yeah, it's
Yeah, yeah, that's a great idea. I should
and
definitely
none
do
of
that.
the HMs are like relatively. Surf is like the only usable HM that you ever want to use. Sometimes Fly is pretty good, but like Surf is like the only one that you're like, yeah, I have Surf on my Greninja. But then like most of the time you're like, I have
Yeah,
Cut on my Greninja.
yeah, I have cut out my Pancham that's now in my box, and I can't cut anything.
Yeah,
The PC, bro.
exactly.
I guess I just won't go there. I guess like there's a lot of that. I guess it's good to hear that they did away with that.
Yeah, because
And I
like
guess it's
your
kind of
complaint about
lingering because
like
it's like
surf, where you have to like click on the water and then it's like, do you want to surf? And it's like, no, I just clicked on the water just because I wanted to fucking click on the water. It's like, yeah, I want to surf, bitch. And then it's
yeah,
like shows the Pokemon and then you jump on, and then you go a couple feet and you jump off. Like that's been a thing since Gen 1. Like
why?
it took
Like
7
why would I?
generations, and even then, in Gen 7, you still have that. It's just it's not showing you your Pokemon coming out. It's showing you the Lapras that you have rented in order to
Bruh,
surf.
bro, that's so stupid. I don't know why that's a thing at all. Like I get it from like a world building perspective where it's like, oh, you're being friends with this Pokemon. You're not just like going around. You're like actually getting to interact with this Pokemon
Mm-hmm.
in the overworld instead of just in battle. And so it kind of makes sense like as a world building, but come on, surely there's a better way to do that, right? Why do I
Right.
have to wait 7 seconds to walk on land for less than 1 second just to go back into the water and do that four
Yep.
times?
Yep.
So effectively, a single screen's worth of distance takes 2 minutes to get across.
Yep.
That shit is infuriating, bro. I swear to God.
Yeah. It doesn't help that X and Y is also known as like a really slow generation. Like all the animations take forever to happen.
Yes,
Um,
yes. I've noticed that, and I was wondering how much of an X and Y thing specifically that
Yeah,
was.
Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, the next mainline game in the series, has a little bit better. But those two games, or those 4 games, XY, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, you can actually crash them. Like, they're not optimized very well for 3D. That if you have 6 mole traces on the screen, it'll actually just crash the game.
You're kidding.
No.
I mean, good thing no regular person is just putting 6 mole traces on the screen, but that's
Exactly.
unbelievable that that's a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, again, with this game, and I'm actually really glad that this is my first because if you say this is a low point and I'm enjoying it, it's only uphill, which is exciting,
The thing
right?
is, the thing is, X and Y at its core is just a Pokemon game. like, yes, there are nitpicks that you can point out that you're like, or like people who have played Pokemon all their life can play X and Y and be like, yeah, this is kind of fucking stupid. But like for the most part, like it is the same Pokemon formula. Like if you enjoy the formula of Pokemon, this isn't going to impact. You're still going to play it. You just might have better experiences with other ones.
Yeah, that's understandable, I guess. Um, but yeah, man, I'm having a blast with it. In fact, once we get off, I plan on playing more. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm
As soon
two
as you
levels
beat the
off.
game, as soon as you beat the game, once you beat the Elite Four, you tell me, and I will get you another Pokemon game to play.
Do you have them, or were you gonna buy them?
No, I own every Pokemon game.
Okay, okay, excellent. Because I didn't want to make you spend money on me.
No, I just have
You already do that
dog.
plenty, bro.
I own
This guy.
I own Pokemon Blue. I own Gold, Silver, and Crystal. I own Fire Red and Leaf Green. I own Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. Like I have an original Game Boy Advance. If you want to play Emerald on original hardware.
But all right, I might have to take you up on that. Probably not. I'd feel like I'd have more fun emulating that. Seems a little bit more convenient, but maybe. Who knows? Could be fun.
Yeah. I have
Um,
the only one I don't have anymore is Scarlet because one of my old coworkers stole it from me.
fuck, dude, that's messed up.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, my experience with this game, the, to contrast your lowest score and the in your rating for the show, this is my highest score with a very happy 9 out of 10.
Okay. Okay.
I've had a blast with it. I probably will continue to have a blast with it. Um,
How far
and
are you? How far are you?
okay, so I told you a while back that I got the third gym. Um, since that point, I've just kind of gone around and started cleaning up all the stuff I didn't do, like going back through the areas and using cut on all the places I didn't have cut on, or like exploring the water. So I've not really gotten too far since there. I think I'm one city past the third gym.
Okay, so you still only
Um,
have three gym badges.
yes, yes,
So as far
but
from what I remember, it's been years since I played X and Y, but from what I remember, like there is a big break between gyms 3 and 4. Like you're gonna be doing a lot of stuff before you get to your fourth gym.
that's all right. I enjoy the side content. But yeah, no, I've had a blast. I'm very happy you put me onto this. I'm gonna continue to have a blast.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Um, yeah, no, I thought you would have a good time with this. It's a Pokemon is a really cool experience. It's been integral to my life. You know, both Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon are both like what I did to learn how to read, and like we made tons of jokes growing up. Like my parents would say, like, "Oh, you can remember every Pokemon in the Pokédex, but you can't remember how to do your homework and stuff like that." Um, and there's a lot of really cool things like Pokemon. I think is a game that every person should try at some point. Um, it has its moments that are really dumb, but like Pokemon Go is really cool to like introduce you to the series. But one thing that really stuck with me that you talked about is connecting with your Pokemon, and there is something to be said about using the Pokemon in battle and like understanding the strengths and weaknesses of it and things like that that really connect you to that world. Pokemon is a very magical franchise, and there's a reason it's the biggest franchise on the fucking planet. Like, it is the biggest media franchise on the face of the planet. Um, and now you'll go open a Pokemon pack or something, and you might see a Fletchinder, and you might be like, God, I fucking hate that guy. All he knows is flail and agility. And then like you're like, this sucks, bro. I fucking hate this. Razor Wind is the name of the move, by the way. I totally
Razorwind, yes, yeah, it is.
um but like then, there might be a time where like your Pancham that you only have on your team to use cut somehow clutches out a big fight. And somehow now Pancham is like your fucking guy. He's your fucking guy. Like you were on death's door and he came in and just clutched it out. I had a moment like that on one of my first playthroughs of Pokemon Crystal, where I had uh, a level like 12 Teddy Ursa that clutched the final gym badge for me.
There's
Just
no way. Why did you have a level 12 Teddy Ursa on
it
your
was
team for
it was
the
my
final
cut.
gym?
It was my cut guy.
Ah,
And like I was a dumb kid that never leveled up any other Pokemon. I had like my level 89 Machoke, and he got fucking killed. And so like all my other Pokemon are going down, and then the Kingdra used Hyper Beam, had one turn of recharge. My Teddy Ursa goes in, uses Cut, and clutches it out. Now Teddy Ursa is one of my favorite
hell
Pokemon of all time. You know,
yeah.
and
Hell yeah.
you have those connections because of like actually interacting with them, not just like you can do the thing where you like pet your Pokemon or whatever in X and Y, but like having them and like experiencing them battling and stuff like that, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, you're like experiencing highs and lows instead of just
Exactly.
like you see your Pokemon and you rub your screen and it pets the Pokemon like in Pokemon Go, where you're
Exactly.
spamming your screen to attack, and it's
Right.
the most boring thing ever.
Exactly. So, and you'll make memories with the Pokemon that you're like, oh, this is really cool. So,
Yeah, yeah,
um, yeah, I'm glad you're liking it, and I encourage you to keep playing it because it's a really fun time. And if you get done with it, if you are like, yeah, I've kind of experienced this, I don't want to, I can recommend you so much better games in the Pokemon franchise. Like I said, X and Y is probably one of the my least favorites. There's a bunch that I really like about X and Y. I think especially after you get about halfway through the game, it starts to feel really fun, um, and things like that. But uh, the older Pokemon games are also really cool because they have hand drawn sprites. You don't have 3D
yeah, yeah,
models, and like those are really cool. My favorite Gen 5 is like that, where it's like all hand drawn and they have hand drawn animations and stuff like that. So yeah,
yeah.
but
I will say that it does lose a lot of personality with the 3D models, and I know that's a huge
yeah,
complaint with
yeah.
everybody anyway, and I agree. Um, but it's not detracting too much for me because those are the 3D models I grew up with playing Pokemon Go.
I
The
I
same
think
idle animations, the same 3D models, all that.
I think Gen 8 Sword and Shield are also historic low points of the franchise, but
Really?
yeah, um,
I didn't know that.
they're just kind of forgettable. Um,
Ah, that makes sense.
but uh, I think that's where they start to turn around the 3D models because they're also seeing the overworld. So instead of like running through the grass and like, oh, this random Pikachu is just in the grass, like you actually see the Pikachu in the grass and you can like run up to it and stuff like that. And then
Yeah,
Legends Arceus, you have that's the only way you can encounter Pokemon, and same with Scarlet and Violet. So like you have a lot more like character to them, even if they are still 3D sprites or 3D models. They at least have a little bit more personality because you see them in the world.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
I
but
feel you on that.
yeah, no, that's great. That's great. I felt bad coming into this. Like not necessarily negative on Loki, but like not nearly as happy about it as you were. And I'm glad that it's kind of balanced out with you having a fucking fantastic time with Pokemon. Um, and yeah, that's great. Any last minute things you want to say about Pokemon before we move on?
I got nothing. I was
Okay.
really, really combing my brain there. You could see I was really, really, really looking. I was digging deep, but no, I found nothing.
Okay, well, before we get to recommends, I want to introduce another new segment to the show. Um, this is something that I am surprising Braxton with live on the air. But, Braxton and I like to yap. That's why we do a podcast. But sometimes we run out of shit to say, believe it or not. So, what I want to do is every episode, I want to take a random question that is in our comments, either on Spotify or YouTube, and I will just randomly pick one, no matter how dumb it is, and we will answer it on the show. This isn't going to be like a Patreon exclusive thing. It'll just be one random question, and It can be as silly or as serious as you want it to be, and we'll answer it. So leave that in the comments on Spotify or on YouTube, and I'll pick that out, and we'll have a very good time with that. So with that being said, Braxton, it's time for some recommends.
It's time for some recommendations. I think did I recommend first last month? Or did you?
I recommended first last time.
Okay.
No. Nope. Because we ended off with me showing the 3DS. So I'll go first this time.
Oh, okay.
Before I do my recommend, Braxton, I want to talk about vetoes. And I want to establish ground rules here live on the air.
Where this is going already.
And I want to establish rules for recommends and vetoes here on the air so that we know what we're getting into. So we talked about when we started the show that we have veto powers. Right?
Yes, we did.
Okay. So are we having a maximum amount of vetoes, or like...
I really don't like where this is going. I would say
because one of the things that we did talk about is like we might have to do some things that like might suck a little bit, but like it's fun for the entertainment of it all.
Yes.
So do we just want to say like we can do as many vetoes as we want, but like we should exercise a little bit of like stepping outside of our comfort zone?
I would say like 2 vetoes top.
Okay.
Like, but you get like booed the next episode if you even veto once, and then you get like kicked off the show if you do 2 vetoes or something like that.
Okay, cool. I do have backups, just in case. I don't know if you have backups, but you know, good luck recording this.
I have plenty of different options. I'm
still shopping around,
but plenty of different options.
Still shopping around. Okay, Braxton, my recommend for you this month is to record a YouTube video.
Interesting. I'm not going to veto that.
I'm
not doing it, bro.
I don't care what the YouTube video is. It can be a world tour of your Minecraft world. It can be a time lapse of you drawing a picture. It can be whatever you want. I just want you to make a YouTube video. I want you to edit it. I want you to do a voiceover if you want. But I want you to make content.
I am actually like so glad that you've given me something that like forces me to do this, because I've been wanting to for a long time.
I know.
I will say I might be late depending on how long it takes for a capture card to get here. But
you can borrow mine.
Do you have one that would connect to an iPad?
Maybe.
I'm making Clash Royale videos on my iPad.
Just
kidding, I'm not doing that.
Just
kidding, I'm not doing that.
I think you work on Tuesday, so
yeah.
I'll bring my capture card in and you can see.
Actually, I think I'm on Wednesday, not Tuesday. Let me check really quick.
I work every fucking day of the week. We can figure out the logistics, and I can also help you in the process, like with editing and stuff like that. I can show you the software I use and stuff like that. So, that way you can have a heyday with it. But I want you by August 28th. I want you to have a YouTube video out. You don't have to have it public. You can have it unlisted. But we will be watching it on the show together.
Really? Okay. The whole thing. What if I make a long-ass video?
Then we'll have a long-ass episode.
Okay, what if I do like a 2-hour video essay?
Then we'll have a 4-hour episode of Friendly Fire.
Caleb.
No, we'll highlight it. We'll highlight it.
If I make a YouTube video, I can edit like a highlights for.
No. It doesn't have to be anything like that. But like, well, depending on what your video is, you know, it'll probably be like what we did with the Cyberpunk clip, where it'll just be like posted in. like
Yeah,
a snippet or something like that.
gotcha.
So
Yeah, no, I'm very, very happy for that. I'm not going to veto that at all.
yeah, I thought for sure you were going to veto it, but
Really?
yeah.
Because I'm John Procrastinator or what?
No, no, I
This
just
is too
I
big
just
of an
thought
ask.
I just thought it was a little outside of your comfort zone.
No, I've been wanting to for a while. I'm actually really glad you gave me. Again, I'm glad you gave me a reason to. All right, Caleb, do you want to hear your recommendation?
I'm ready. I assume it's going to be food related.
Okay. So I realized I had a little bit of an epiphany last month when you gave me that 3DS. And that was more of a experience, like a person experience. Like I was playing the game, yes, but I was doing it in a way that kind of transcended just the game. I wasn't just doing it for the game. I was doing it
Yep.
for the experience of arching my neck on really uncomfortable
Yep.
area to charge the 3DS. And so I've decided to start thinking more outside of the box for my recommendations.
Okay.
Um, my recommendation for you, Caleb, is food related.
Okay.
However, it's not just go to a place. I want you to make the food.
Okay.
How do we feel about that? How do we feel about that?
I will say I have very limited like food making equipment. I am not
Okay.
opposed to go get the stuff I need, but if it's going to be like a couple $100, there might be a
I don't
veto
think it'll
involved.
run your wallet at all. No, I don't think so at all. I think I have a bunch of different recipes based on your comfort level. So I wanted to know you can do I think the easiest thing you could do would be a wine braised beef. And you were just talking about how much you like wine.
Mm-hmm.
Um this is gonna be like a legit dinner. Um it's like this is braised beef is the best thing ever and it's pretty easy. It's hard to mess up because you're just simmering the beef until it's like super tender and it shreds apart. So you could do that. Or you could do your chashu pork ramen, which that one's going to be really tricky to do, and I have no idea how to go about doing that. It might be really easy to mess up, but that is something that you really enjoy. So I was thinking maybe you could do that, or
Like a house made ramen.
we can do yeah, or you could do Mexican food. And another one, I wanted to do the the kicker for this is like low maintenance, hard to mess up. So for this one, I wanted to do quesadilla, or really you could just do birria. Um, Basically, what that is that's Mexican braised beef or South American braised beef.
Okay. I've never had
You put
birria.
that on a okay, it's fucking delicious. Um, so I want to know what would you rather do? Would you rather do the really hard one that's more tailored to your interests, or the easier one that's intimidating cuisine wise, like Mexican food?
I think
Or would you rather have the best of both worlds?
I think we just do all three.
That's going to cost a lot. That's going to run your wallet because food is expensive as fuck. And a lot of these are going to take like a lot of seasonings, different cooking
Oh,
apparatuses.
okay. Um
Yeah. I mean, we could do two. We could do the ramen
and the
and
birria.
like one of the, yeah. That's up to you.
I think that that's probably a good start. I the thing is I don't think I could do chashu because that's going to be like pork cooked for like 24 hours straight. Um
Yeah.
but like I can make a house made ramen.
Yeah. And for the record, for this ramen, I don't want you to just like sauce up a
Top
pack of
ramen.
ramen.
Yeah.
I want you to make the broth, and then I want you to um,
I have to make the noodles.
put like we're not going to go that far, but you could
Okay.
go to like an Asian market, or you could even get that from like King Supers. You could just get a um like a ramen type noodle. Um, but the idea is that I want you to try your hand at like
Making food.
cooking. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
I
this is
I've
like
I've cooked before, but definitely stuff that's within my wheelhouse, stuff like filet mignon and things like that. So, yeah, I'm totally down.
yeah,
I'm totally down to give it a try.
awesome, dude. And so you're saying or you're gonna try the quesadilla and the ramen?
Yeah. So I just
Okay,
might
okay,
need you to send me some recipes and whatnot, but
for sure. I've got a
um,
good birria recipe from a reliable source,
yeah, and
and then
I
I'll have
can,
to look into a ramen one.
yeah, I mean even like a tonkotsu ramen, or something like that, or even like a shoyu or something like that. Like those
Mhm.
seem simple enough. So um, yeah, and I have a
I'll
Costco
have to do
membership,
some more
so
research on this. Fair enough. I'll have to do some more research because a lot of the broth they use is like bone broth, and that might be kind of pricey. So I'd have to look at the prices on that.
yeah.
Um,
We've kind of established as long as it's like $70 or less, like the cost of a new AAA
fair enough.
game or less. You know,
Fair enough.
uh,
Yeah, we'll see. I'll let you know. I'll send you some more information, and we'll get that all figured out. But yeah, I wanted you to try. I figured this might be like something that you could pick up as like a new interest or like learn more about food. You know,
yeah,
I felt like this would be um,
yeah.
a beneficial thing.
I love the recommendation. I'll put it on records and like, yeah, I actually do really enjoy cooking. It's just like, you know, I get a little bored with it sometimes. So, um,
Fair enough.
yeah, this is a fun. This could be a fun episode. Episode 6 of the Friendly
Yeah,
Fire Show is going to be content creation versus cooking.
this one's gonna be the first one that I am well and truly befuddled on how I'm gonna do a thumbnail. I know I've said that a couple times, but like once I started doing it, it was like, oh, this is pretty easy. Th- These are both like concepts. This is cooking and content creation. Like
Cooking, at least, like you can
this is
draw
not
the
an
act of
IP.
cooking, but like
Yeah. What am I gonna do for content creation? Like this is
the
gonna be tough.
the
And
OnlyFans
really,
logo.
actually, Caleb, actually, what we can do for your cooking here is you can have me over and we can try your cooking sometime and we could put that little clip as
Make some
another part.
content.
So
Ooh,
yeah.
that
We
could be
we
fun.
do my video on the air. We do a snippet of my video and then we do a snippet of your cooking
That could
video.
be fun. That could be fun. Yeah.
I'm liking this idea. I
Well,
feel like
cool.
we've cooked both literally soon
Yeah,
and figuratively here.
yeah. So, all right. Well, that's something to look forward to. That sounds like it's gonna be a fucking fun ass episode. Um,
Seriously.
Braxton, where can the people find you?
Check me out on Instagram. Um, That's going to be at Brack on Instagram. That's my art account, obviously. I also have a personal one. That's going to be at Braxton. Um, don't expect anything like crazy from that. That would just be like if you're interested in me as a person.
The
Um,
concept of a
and
Braxton.
then yeah, the idea of the man, the man versus the idea. That's the word. Or that's the phrase. Um, and actually, no, I'm not gonna plug my YouTube. Yeah, I might have to make a new channel um, for the upcoming video here.
True.
But
True.
stay tuned. We will have an upcoming video, and it will be announced.
Yeah. That's exciting. That's exciting. You can find me on YouTube here at Calica, where I will make content at some point. I promise. Just kind of in the middle of some crazy stuff, medical stuff, and gonna be moving again here soon. So we'll see. Hoping to do some more content here soon. Um, and I'm not going to plug my Twitter or Instagram anymore. It's on the screen if you really want to. But like I said earlier, I'm not on Twitter very much anymore. I really only log on to social medias to like upload for SCPod. But you can check that out. That's SCPod on YouTube, Spotify, Podcast Addict, iHeartRadio, and Pandora, where me and my good friend Zach discuss SCPs from around the internet and have a goofy good time. We're actually just about to start season 8 of that, and it is a fucking blast. We chose a bunch of SCPs that like Zach and I are just gonna have fun with, and we have a Halloween special coming up soon. So look forward to that. Braxton used to do art for that. He doesn't anymore. He's retired. Um, but
For the time being.
yeah. But yeah, you can also find Friendly Fire Show here on my personal YouTube at Calica, or find it on Spotify at the Friendly Fire Show. And we will have a regular upload schedule around the first of the month. But yeah, it should be a good time.
Regular-ish.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
So, yeah, that's about it. And look forward to episode 6, cooking and content creation. Braxton, any last words, words of wisdom or unwisdom that you might have?
Nothing that's just straight bullshit. So no.
Okay. You know what they say? It's better to come in the sink than sink in the cum.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Different strokes for different folks,
All right.
The heavy hitters here.
Yep. We're the funniest people on the internet. Hi. Friendly Fire Show, funniest people on the internet.
Well done.
Yeah. All right. See you guys on the flip side.